Good golly! Oh Miss Molly! Happy Friday! Yo! Oh my God! Yo! Indy, you were first! You were! This true! This true! By God, you were first! By a country mile! Oh my God! Yo! Grand out to! Happy birthday, by the way! To Liam! I hope you're doing well! I hope life's treating you well! I hope it is a fantastic birthday, King! Oh my good gracious. Yo, you're so right, by the way. You're sorry, nothing to do with any sort of schedule or nothing. It's all you. It's all you. I got a call in advance. I went, yeah, I need the stream. I need I need the stream for the birthday. It's the only way. The only way. Oh my God. Yo, killer outdo nether lore. Who's to say? Who's to say? You know, what a crazy idea. Lore in the nether? Crazy. Yo, Shadow, outdo, Tyler, MJ. Also, MJ, why are you trapped somewhere? What? You trapped on a bus? How'd that happen? What? How'd you get yourself into that situation? What shenanigans have you been doing, huh? Jeez. Unbelievable. Oh my God. Nap didn't even get crazy lore drop that I'm dead man. Whoa. That is crazy lore. Despicable. Yeah, well, it's just a good old despicable me. Oh my God. Did Nap really just skip over our entire 30-minute conversation? Yes, I wasn't going to read out 30 minutes of conversation. I had made the executive decision to not do that. You know, because it felt like maybe that would be a bit much. Just a tad, just a smidge too much. All right. Oh my God. But in that case, then I did miss that. I did miss that you are in fact dead man. I did not realize that, India. I did not realize that. Did you know that Dan Povenmire created the Minions? No? Didn't he say he didn't do that? Hasn't he actively said that he wasn't that? He didn't do that? He did not? You could have picked out the highlights. I mean, I could have. You're right. No longer hip and funny to talk before stream. Oh, just because MJ wasn't here? Oh my God. Well, see, here's the thing. I presume if you were dead man, then you'd have like a series of different accounts and something like that. You could set up this large elaborate scheme. But no, you just revealed it pretty instantly. Ah, whatever. What's the world come today, you know? What's the world coming to? People just reveal things. They don't do any build up anymore. What? Someone came up to you midweek and said, "Yo, don't bother with clones. Just go straight for it. Just reveal it instantly." Where's the sense of panache? Where's the sense of style? Yeesh. Wow, Nap is so hoity-toity and fancy that he doesn't just get stuck in cars at random. Oh, it's true. I'm just so hoity-toity, and it's totally not that I just walk places. That's why. I just would never get stuck in a vehicle, you know. 10 out of 10 thank you. There was not a lot of ways to work this in. Oh my God. It was revealed with drama and suspense, but you skipped that. I disagree. I don't think it was very dramatic or suspenseful. Me personally, I disagree with that assessment. Yo, Cinnamon outdo. I cannot stay or pay attention, but came to see what's up. The sky. Yup, the sky's up. Not a lot else. I guess beyond that, we kind of lose a perception of what is up and what is down. So I can't really speak to the rest of it, but at the very least, the sky, that's something. Oh my god, yo. 109 years old! Congratulations, you barely look a day over 92. Nap, give me a number 1 to 10. 2. Nap, it's my first day off college and I spent the night and morning with my friends. Yo! As much as I could, so we left a lot later than we could have. W. Well, I hope you had fun. I hope it was a big pog. I do love a good sky. What about a blue sky? A Blue Sky Entertainment. The studio that created the Ice Age franchise and then got bought up by Disney and no longer exists and is defunct. But it made you know, Bird versus Spy or whatever that movie was. The one where Tom Holland is like Q and Will Smith is the spy and he's turned into a bird. I forget the name of it. I feel like it came out in the pandemic. Oh my god, that's why I'm in a car and I need you to distract me until I get home at 7:12. What happens at 7:12? Oh god. Oh my god. Well, you know, I think they make things for that, MJ. If you're in Northern Hemisphere, is Australia down? Oh yeah, it's down under, I hear. It's both down and under. It's both of those things. Robots see a need, fill a need, based. One of the most based movies to ever exist. Truly. You ain't stupid, huh? Until I get home at 7:12. What's happening at 7:12? I don't think stupid's something that's like consumable. I'll be real. I don't think I can't really eat stupid, nor not even in like a past tense of having ate it, but you know, that's an odd take, MJ. That's a peculiar framing of things, you know. Well, gee whiz, calm yourself. See, this is why I can't argue with you guys. You get too mad. I meme you a little bit, and then MJ threatens me with a lightning bolt. My god. Unbelievable. Bunch of stinking gods, bunch of fiends. Alas. That was so well timed. That was so perfectly timed. Oh my god, that was awesome. I love pineapple. I had a bottle of pineapple soda, tasted divine. Oh, pineapple is the best fruit. Who are you, Ruba? What do you mean? Best fruit? It eats you. Pineapple actively eats you back. That's a weird thing to eat. I mean, I say this, I do in fact consume a lot of pineapple, but usually just like through like other means. I can't remember the last time I just like sat down and had pineapple. Like I've had like pineapple on like a burger for like a Hawaiian burger, and I've had it on pizza, and I've had it in like chutney and like used it as a cooking ingredient. But I can't remember last time I just like sat down and just ate a pineapple. That's crazy. Oh man. Oh, so chat, is God in nap lore a collection of gods, technically speaking? Yes. a pantheon, one might even say. I just wanted to give a decimal value because usually people mean integer when they ask for a number. Huh? What? A little sadomechanism. With my yummy treats, yes please. That's crazy. That's a crazy statement. Nap, I hear fire. Friggin' the lightning strike. Huh? Are you just like really far behind? Oh, wait, you mean you heard fire from the lightning strike like you think something's on fire? Like you think it actively set part of my world on fire? No, surely not. Surely not. That'd be crazy. Why would you do that to me, MJ? Why would you hurl a lightning bolt at me and set something that I love on fire? I can't believe MJ would do this to me. I can't believe MJ personally would do this. Okay, Mr. Literate. Thanks. I am pretty literate, actually. I'm pretty great at that kind of thing. Yeah. Thanks for noticing. That's very kind of you. Oh, the statue has fire on it. False alarm. No. You said. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm fairly confident it hit probably the copper roof with the lightning rods. But you wanted me to come back and check. Who knows? Maybe something's on fire here. You never know. You never know. It's possible. It could happen. I got to drink. But anyway, chatters. Today we got a lot to do. So much. As a matter of fact, today we're gonna be doing a little bit of a collection stream of sorts. A little bit of resource gathering, you know? Just for a thing. Don't worry about it. Just for a thing. But yeah, MJ, nothing's on fire here. I think you're crazy. You're bonkers. You're insane. Joke number 729, please. You got it, boss. Let me just open up to the 700s. Let me just open up to the 700. Mevia, Messia, mitochondria, share. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Yes, you're very kind. Oh, too kind. Media share. No, there's no media share. No. There's no media share. Oh my God. Nap, that's a highlighted message. Nap. What? What do you mean? I don't see a highlighted message outside of the joke 729. What do you mean? What? Oh my God. Oh, you just, okay, I see what you're saying. It's a teacher-student joke. It's a little bit of a, oh God, I lost my page. Oh no, I found it again. It's a little bit, it's some wit and witticism of a teacher and a student going back and forth, you see. So the teacher says, what's the name of a bird that doesn't build its own nest? And the student says, a cuckoo. The teacher says, that's right, how did you know that? The student said, easy, sir. Everyone knows cuckoos live in clocks. Oh, that's so funny. Oh God, that's funny. Yes. Jesus Christ. What a humdinger of a joke. Yes. What a it tickles my fancy. Oh my God. I'm glad you're almost as bad as Nap. What is that meant to be? Excuse you. Oh my God. Why are you so mean to me, Nap? My house burned down in front of me and you told me. Oh my God, I'm just not broaching that. I'm just moving on. Oh my God. Oh. But anyway, chatters, we're gonna be doing a little bit of resource gathering amongst other things this stream because, you know, we need to ensure that we have 806 calcite, 760 diorite, 419 stone brick, 400 andesite, 242 stone brick wall, yada 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 yada. I won't spare you. I'll spare you the details, but I have an idea. I have an idea for a thing that I want to build in the city in future, and to do that, I'm gonna need to gather some material to make my Frankenstein's monster. But yeah, my friend's house caught fire that remained mostly intact, and now I will live with them in their new house because I helped them move out of the old place, which is basically the same thing. Did you say that's basically the same? MJ, I don't know if that's basically the same thing as your house being burned down. I feel like it's slightly different. It's on like the same, it's in the same spectrum though, I'll give you that. But I don't know. I don't know if you can get after me for memeing about that. I don't know. Nap, do you consider cheesecake a pie or a cake? What kind of question is that? How dare you? I consider it a cake. I consider it a cake. How dare you try to say that cheesecake is some sort of what, pie? No, I don't think so, sir. I think not. Cheesecake is absolutely a cake. And to suggest otherwise is high treason. I will have you know. I thought you mean like your house burned down in Minecraft. No, Tyler, no. You missed some of the MJ lore. You missed some of the MJ lore. Do you have a flow chart with the max totals of every type of block, raw, andesite? Well, I mean, yeah, okay, listen, I have a ballpark of like roughly how much I ought to need of each thing, with give or take a little. For like a lot of the blocks. There's some that I won't be that I won't worry about till later, but for now, there's a good section that I can start putting together, you know? But Nap cheesecake has a crust. No, it has a layer. It has a layer. There's crust, what do you mean? There's crust on lots of things that aren't pie. It has a layer. Because it does not inherently have to go up the sides of it. And it is not inherently a crust, you see. It is a layer, much like the cookie layer within an ice cream cake. What do you mean layers? Cake has layers. It is a layer in the cake. A cheesecake has a distinct crust and filling. This is a pie. Did you mean thus? Did you mean thus? Who's illiterate now? Oh my god. Layer? I hardly know her. Hey-oh. Thank you, MJ. Thank you. I appreciate that. The silly urge to get Jesus Christ, I will send you into the shadow zone. Do you understand me, sir? Hey Nap, there are some cheesecakes where the biscuit goes up the sides, ergo crust. It is still a layer. It is still a layer. Also, there's cakes that don't have icing on the sides. There's cakes that have a crust that forms just because it's like against the edge of the pan when it cooks. That doesn't make those, that doesn't make the cake a crust. My god, it's a cake. It's a cake. I'll give you this. It might not be a cake, but it's not a pie. You know what I mean? It could be a third thing. In which case, I guess it's somewhat of like an emulsion that's just like kind of placed. Because that's more what it is. That's not how crust works, Bap. Who's Bap? I don't know Bap. Who's this Bap fellow you're talking about? I don't know them. I've never heard of BAP in my life. All right, so let's start with some stone. I need 218 stone. No, I need 222. Is cheesecake a flan? That's a closer. Yeah, that's closer. I would give you that. It's closer. Key lime pie? What do you consider key lime pie? An affront to God. I consider it an affront to God. That's what I consider key lime pie. This is pedantic stuff I hate. I always need grounded arguments with no pedantics, like which temperature system is better. MJ, I'm going to send you into the sun, and then you can experience the temperature system of Kelvin, all right? You get off of your temperatures. Oh my god. Plenty of key lime pies have a graham cracker crust that doesn't go up the side. You point. You point. It's a different thing. This is that stupid. This is the same thing as the hot dog is a sandwich argument, which is also stupid. Because it's not. It's a hot dog. High definition. It has the word pie in the name. Based. Based. Actually, I wonder what is the official definition. Definition of pie. A dessert consisting of a filling of fruit or custard based in a pastry shell or topped with pastry or both. Yeah, so cheesecake does not fit that description, now does it? So that's rough because it's a batter that goes into it, you see. It's a batter. Ain't that rough? Womp womp, you know? Can't win them all. Hot dogs are surrounded on 3 sides by carb, ergo taco. No, they're not. It's a hot dog. You know how I know it's just a hot dog? It's its own thing? Because the hot dog alone is the hot dog. You take the hot dog out, you just have it on its own, no bun, it's a hot dog. The hot dog's the meat. Nothing that it's in is defined by it. Things can be their own individual things. Oh my god. We don't have to we don't have to make that technically it's a taco, or is a taco a hot dog? Neither. They're their own separate things. My hot dog buns are separate. What? Pizza is toast. I'm going to murder someone in a video game. What part is a batter nap? The batter of the, what you call it? Of the cream cheese. Cream cheese batter. What do you mean? What do you mean, which part's the batter? The cream cheese batter is the batter. Bop, bop. Hot dogs are just hot dogs. Cereal is just cereal. Things can just be things. MJ, have I ever told you how based you are? How absolutely based, and how critical you are to keeping me sane. How definitively important you are to me in this chat. Even just as someone who is keeping me sane. Do you understand? My god. I'm in the loony bin otherwise. Batter, I hardly know her. MJ. That is a cream cheese custard. It is not. It is in fact the batter. I don't know where you're getting the custard part from. There is no custard in it. I don't know where you're getting the custard part. Can you elaborate on where you're getting that bit from? You should have changed your username, Deadman, because the old one fits you when I get my hands on you. In a video game. In a video game. Oh man, Tyler, I was gonna play Gotham, but then I was like, nah, we should get some crafted. We should get some crafted. We'll probably be back with Gotham on Monday, and then I need to figure out a time to slot in some New Vegas and the like, because I would like to continue with New Vegas. I have no intention of abandoning that. New Vegas is so far been really fun, so I really don't want to. I have no desire to like abandon playing New Vegas. Nap, 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 nap. Yeah. Why else? Doctor Who fan spotted, huh? Yo, medicine. Fish sticks and custard is pretty good. You know, I heard Matt Smith when he first had it, he was not sure about it, and then he just like genuinely enjoyed it, and he like finished off a whole box of fish sticks on set. What a king. Never had it personally, but I've heard good things, I guess, from Matt Smith. I mean, would he lie? No, surely not. Surely not. That doesn't sound like a man that would lie about things. You know what's so funny? I was watching an interview of him the other day, and I learned that apparently when he started playing Doctor Who, he was like in his 20s. I thought he was like 30-something. That's crazy. I thought he was like 30, but no, apparently he was like, I don't know, 23 or something. Which is bonkers. Sorry, I like though. You're promising to play Fallout New Vegas next stream, right, Nap? I mean, I don't know about next stream, but in a stream, yes. Hey, yo. What? Thank you so much for the bit. What is that? What is that? A cheer walrus. Cheer wall. Oh, like a narwhal. Oh, that's cute. I like that. It's like a narwhal. You know, narwhals feel like one of those things that you'd think is just fake. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of thought it was mythical for like a lot longer than I ought to have. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I should have course corrected on that a bit younger than I did, because I feel like I was probably like 15 before I fully like understood that it was like a real thing. Napoleon, you have to see I forced myself to enjoy jelly babies because of Doctor Who. Quickly got myself addicted to fish sticks and custard until I ate it too much and got sick. Why is that kind of based? Why is that kind of awesome? Cheer walls! My God! Yo! Nap, 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 nap. In my fanfiction, they needed fire, and Percy just Grover uses nature magic because of fire is natural, and the editor said that would work. Grover played the girl that's on fire, and it worked, and I liked it so much. He's a firebender now? Sick, dude. Oh my God, what do you mean 15? You haven't hit your 14th, but I'm gonna make freaking lose it. Also, no, MJ, what I said was I also don't want to abandon New Vegas. How is that me hating you? I was telling Tyler, I was like, oh yeah, I was gonna play Arkham today, but then I was like, nah, I'm feeling the craft. And so then I was like, oh yeah, I guess I'll need to find another time to play Arkham. But I was like, maybe Monday. And then I was like, yeah, and then I need to make sure that I schedule in time to play New Vegas because I don't want to leave that behind. I really enjoyed it. If I get another email from my college on this gosh darn car ride, I'm gonna scream in like joy, like you're gonna go yippee! like scream of utter contentedness and like joy, exuberance, one might even say. That kind of a scream? Surely, right? Surely screams of joy, right? MJ? Screams of joy? Right? Huh? Medicine forced me to watch 13 seasons of Doctor Who. Forced you? Well, I thought that was just you of your own volition. What do you mean? I cast Curse of the Silly. Is that like Curse of Ra? Like, what do you mean, Curse of the Silly? Breaks every law of nature magic simultaneously. It was funny to write. Yo. He really, you know, in the words of the youth, that Grover, he really stood on business. Am I right or am I right, chatters? Ayo. Sorry if I sound weird, by the way. I have a thing up my nose right now. It's a long story. I hit a sign, but don't worry about it. I'm fine. But if I sound a little nasally, I think that's probably why. I feel like I can hear it in my voice. I don't know if it's coming through on the mic, but it's a long story. Medicine also forced me to watch what? Medicine is also forcing me to watch new seasons of Doctor Who against my will. Medicine also forced me to watch Torchwood and Sarah Jane Adventures. I don't think Medicine has that ability to like, what, like a gunpoint? What do you mean? Oh man. Is the sign up your nose? No, the sign's out on the street. By the way, Nap, I've got a setting for my JoJo campaign. Yo! It is basically if the American dream was a city. That's a sick pitch right there in that. Like, you can't leave the cities alive and it doesn't want you to leave. Ooh, living city. Do you have a concussion? I don't know. What does a concussion feel like? Probably not. I don't think so. It's a long story. I hit a sign. Doesn't sound very long. Yeah, I condensed it. What do you mean? I have a writer's ability to condense things. You see, I gave you the pressy. I gave you the spark notes. You didn't need me to regale you with the full tale. Oh man, yo, right out though. Napoleon, I am a wizard. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Who gave you the license to practice, huh? Huh? Yes, menacing pointed the gun at me in a video game. Nap, how dare you skip past my amazing pun? What about menacing pointing the gun at you? In a video game? What's the pun? What? What's the pun in that? Oh man, Nap, have you felt dizzy? Do things look blurry? You remember it was stream day though, so that's a good start. Yo. That's true, I did. I don't know, I mean, no like fuzzier than normal. I don't think. So, no, I said you have a sinus infection. How's that a pun? What? That is a statement. What's punny about that? That is just a statement. Where's the pun in that? Am I like missing something? What do you mean? What? Nap, do you need glasses? No. That it's spelled sinus. Sinus, sign us. I hate I hate that I read it, it clicked, and then I looked down, and the first gosh darn message I see next is just give him a second, folks. Why do you guys why you gotta do me in like this, huh? Oh my god. Nap has as many brain cells as he has viewers. Yeah, so it kind of just rubber bands around a lot, you know? Depends, you know? It depends. Oh man. Nap is an orange cat. No, I'm not. What does that even mean? I am a human being. How dare you? 40,000 and counting. 40,000 and counting what? Eh. I think you're being a bit generous if you count, if your count of his brain cells. What? Oh my god, viewers, you're the #1 streamer on Twitch. Let's go, we stay winning. Eat your heart out. I don't know. Who's currently the top streamer on Twitch? Top streamer Twitch. Who do I have mad beef with? Who do I just absolutely it's fists on sight. Is this guy a Twitch streamer? I guess. Okay. Kai Cenat, I guess. Sure. Oh my god. I didn't think that guy was on Twitch. I thought he was on like Kick or something. I thought he was on something lame like that. It means you have no thoughts, head empty, endless void behind those eyes. Oh my god, wouldn't that be more like a black cat? Every time I always see memes of them, they're always like, I don't know, like they all look like they're pondering an orb, but it's an orb that no one else can see, you know what I mean? It feels like they exist in the ethereal plane. Nap versus Logan Paul. Fist fight. Nap will take over from Mike Tyson. Isn't he fighting the other one? I thought he was fighting the other one. Orange cats are the stupid one. No, I've had orange cats. They're very smart. They're great. What do you mean? Nah, you sound crazy. This is slander. This is slander, and I won't stand for it. Which is fine on account of the fact I am currently sitting. So, you know, I don't have a standing desk. That's the big reveal. Big reveal, no standing desk nap. It's true. No, he's fighting Mike Tyson. Oh, I thought Mike Tyson was fighting, what's his brother's name? What are you saying about orange cats? I'm saying they're lovely. Tyler's saying they're stupid. I don't know why. You said you had one last stream. Did you lie to us? Yes. I said I had one what? What did I say? I had one of last stream? Whatever I said, it's true. I promise. Why are you putting the picture of my cat in stream? You said you had a standing desk last stream. Oh, then yes, I was being facetious if I said that. There is not a shot. I'm sorry, Greg. If I said that and you took it seriously, I'm gonna go on a limb and say if I listen back to that audio, there's no shot in hell that I didn't say that with the tonality of sarcasm. There's no way that I said with genuine, like, earnestness. I didn't take it seriously. Okay, thank God. I was like, there's no way I said I had a standing desk, like seriously. I'm kidding. Wow, didn't put /J. Unbelievable. How am I meant to work under these conditions? Oh my God. Ruba did not. What about Ruba? Ruba here? Hi, Ruba. Nap, I'm sure the orange cat was very smart compared to. That's what you sound like. That right there? That was what you sound like. Every time you open your mouth. Oh, man. Oh. Unhinged is not dumb. Yeah. And whoever said it is, them's his fighting word. They're shipping me to Babyland General Hospital. Huh? You go Weenie Hut General? Oh no! They're sending you to Weenie Hut General? That's crazy! That's crazy, man. Oh man, that's awesome. I don't even know if you get that reference, MJ. I don't know if you made it that far into SpongeBob. Oh, it's awesome. I haven't thought of Weenie Hut General in a long time, and by that I mean like three minutes. I don't know. What a time to be alive. And when I stream, I constantly up and down, but I probably stream on a step stool in front of a kitchen worktop. What? What? I have a table that I got from the court for cheap. What? Like you sued someone and got a table? What do you mean? Like it was you were awarded that as damages? What do you mean you got it from court? You went to court for a table? My friend got me a table for my new room on the other side of the road, and it's very clean, all things considered. Nice. I'd argue you need a certain amount of intelligence to be unhinged. Say the person who starts with the whole nap equals dumb debacle. Huh? Wait, am I? What part of me is? I think I'm very hinged. I think I am a very I'm like a well-oiled machine. What do you mean? I'm very hinged. No creaks, no nothing. Unbelievable. Who said I was unhinged? Fiends, the lot of them. The whole thing with Ruba was that the golden retriever boyfriend is too dumb to be me. Orange cat energy is the feral and cozy. Huh? I watched season 1 and then missed a lot of season 2 and 3, and then we fell off season 4. Switched to regular show. Well, if you missed Weenie Hut General, then I mourn for you. I'll light a candle tonight. Don't worry. I'll break out the nice Mother Mary candle. Don't worry, just for you. I'll say a prayer, a little one. Our Father, who art in heaven, something, something, something. Oh, I know where we are. Huh? Well, what do you know? That works out great. Nap has as many hinges as my room door. It's a curt. What do you mean? People are constantly in and out of the kitchen because it's the kitchen and they love trying to make me laugh by whispering rude words like snuffleupagus. I stole it. What? Nap missed when Ruba said I'm an orange cat. Orange cat does not equal dumb. Orange cat equals unhinged. Positive. Oh, okay. How many bits for you to put Minecraft parkour in the corner again? Too many. Too many. It'll never happen again. It's gotta fit the moment, you see. It's gotta fit the moment. It's gotta fit the atmosphere. Oh, it's nighttime. I don't want to go up that way. It's nighttime. A lot of bad things up that way at night. The issue with watching a TV show with friends is that I didn't live there with them and they just kept watching without me, so I missed like 6 seasons of regular show and most of SpongeBob, but I begged them to only watch Ninjago when I was there because it's my mine and Zim's show, and they agreed. Yippee! I know where we are. The location of the first sub-bob. The tip. That's a lie, okay? First and foremost, I am incapable of crying. I have stood by the fact that my tear ducts were removed long ago. That is well-established Napoleon lore. Why are we arguing about golden retrievers and orange cats? I'm so confused. I don't understand. Both are great. Who doesn't like both? Oh, to be a golden retriever owned by an upper middle class white family that goes to the parks on weekends and named me Max. What a time to be alive. Truly a perfect life. Oh, man. Is this not where I normally run up? Nap wants to be a dog and Nap equals dog boy confirmed. What? No, that's not. What do you mean? Oh, that's a leap. That's a leap. Oh my god. I think I bruised my tail. Your tail? 3 weeks ago when I fell off 4 times trying to roller skate because it still hurts and I sit the wrong way. Tail? Fair enough. Fair enough. Also, speaking of, if it's been 3 weeks, you should probably like see someone about that. If it still hurts. Have some whimsy, Nap. Have some whimsy. I'll have you know that if this was Lilo and Stitch, and you know that sequence where she flips around the colored in image of Stitch that's got like the red color all the way up to like nearly the top of his body. Like, this is how much evil you got in you. That'd be me, but with whimsy. Yo, Ruma! How do? Welcome with your early 2000s reference. Congratulations, King. Yes, indeed. Yes. What's up? Yes. I personally think you have plenty of women. Thank you. Happy affiliate anniversary. This is a thing, apparently. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that sounds right. It's coming up. It was like June 7th or something like that. I don't think it's today. It's coming up. I don't think it's so much for the gifted. Brother. You know, it's a happy affiliate anniversary. It's sub. You feed. You monster. Thank you very much. That's very kind. See, chat. See, that's a normal amount. Thank you. I'm full of those. Early 2000s references? Nice. Outline of nap completely colored in pink whimsy. Makes up for the lack of brain cells. What? Why do you think I have a lack of brain cells? I have a totally legitimate amount of brain cells. How dare you? Was it subbed? And that was illegal. Yo, Tyler, thank you for another gifted, dude. That's very, very kind. Oh my god, Tyler, this is penance. I'm currently in the back of an Uber in which the driver is periodically laughing quietly to himself. Quietly to himself in like a kind of way, or like he's just going like nice. Funny. Like does it sound sinister? Or does it sound like he's just like recalling something funny? Is he just like running through like something funny in his head? So why is everyone in the chat like going somewheres? Why are you all on the move? Is somebody after you guys? Like what? Why are you all consistently on the move? Do I need to call someone? I feel like I should be worried. Tyler, you're forgiven this once, but Ruba did not call me dumb, right, Ruba? If I've been wrong this whole time, Ruba's like, oh no, I called you a silly mobility. My college won't let me stay in my dorm, and also I don't want to stay there. I mean, fair enough, I suppose. That, you know, of all things. I've already arrived at my destination. Why do you say that? Like, yeah. Why do you say that like Siri? What do you mean? Like, on your left is your destination. Let's see. How much stone did I need? 218. All right. So that's 128. 128. So that was only like 4 stacks in it. I got way more than I needed. But that's okay, because I also need stone slabs. I need 240 stone slabs, right? Yeah. 240 stone slabs. So this will be 128, but times 2, because I'll use a stone cutter. Math. Automod won't let me defend myself. Well, Automod thought you were bullying someone, so, you know. Automod was just protecting the innocent. Automod was stepping in. I'm not actively fighting for my rights. What? What are you all talking about? Orange cats are stupid. Oh my god, who parties harder than an orange kitty? You know, honestly, I can't tell you. I couldn't tell you who parties harder. So that's 128 and 128, which would be 2 40, 56, 256, right? 4 stacks is 256, right? Am I crazy? Can these spiders leave me alone? What is going on down here? Good God, it's like the entirety of the Muppet Show going on down here. What is going on? Isn't this place already lit up? Why is there spiders? Oh my God, they have the tiniest bit of land. Oh my God, it's the invasion. Oh my God, please, guys, come on. Good googledy-boogledy, man. Ah! Fiend! Debutante! How dare you! How dare you! I'll give you what for in a moment. I'm lighting up the area first, you see. I'm lighting up the area first. This area has been unlit for like a year. This... Wah! Don't you come at me. Why are you like this? Ah. Good night, Jack. Good night, Nap. Good night, Gwen. Pulling my eyelids down like Stitch. Oh my God. Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, the hit movie. Hey, I know a cool video about Lilo and Stitch, the cool movie. You know that movie, Lilo and Stitch, cool movie. It's pretty cool, right? Don't you think? Don't you think it's pretty cool? Don't you? Isn't it great? Oh. You go look. You just go watch it. Go watch that video. Go watch that video. It's pretty cool. Go watch that video. Yeah. Or the Ratatouille video. Both are pretty cool. Both are pretty cool. Go watch those videos. Yeah. Have you no shame? I stream Minecraft. What do you think? what you know, like what do you think? Hmm? Nap taking an opportunity to start advertising to YouTube. Respect the hustle. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Hustle! Oh, man, you know, I knew somebody who had the hustle. There's this rat named Remy. The video that is really nice and cool and wow, look at nice and cool video where it's soothing fake accent. Fake accent? What do you mean fake accent? That's just how I sound! That's my day-to-day accent. What do you mean? This is all of it. What do you don't know. Not fake. Come on. Please. It sounds real. It sounds realistic. I do find the concept of advertising YouTube on his Twitch given the viewer description. I do find the concept of advertising his YouTube on his Twitch given the view discrepancy. I do find the concept of advertising his YouTube on his Twitch given the view discrepancy. What does that even mean? Is there words missing from that statement? Is it I do find it funny? Are you laughing at me? Are you laughing at me? Why would you be so mean? The only way that you guys could forever forgive you is maybe if you watched a YouTube video of mine. Nap loves advertising his YouTube on his Twitch. If only he would advertise his Twitch on his YouTube. I mean, we tried that. Oh man. You know what? I'll tell you this. I think if I uploaded something tomorrow that was like, hey, by the way, Twitch, which by the way, I do on every single video, there is an ad for the Twitch. If I that's how Roomba found this place. If I did that, guarantee you that video is gonna lose me subscribers. The first time I ever came into this chat, the first thing we talked about was your YouTube voice and me asking how it helps with compartmentalization. No, that doesn't sound like me. That doesn't sound like me. Compartmentalization? No, I'm all for free flow of thought. Me compartmentalize something? That doesn't sound like me. No, that sounds crazy. I actually need to type out all the words of what I want to send. That would be helpful. Man, I dropped the ball. This time it wasn't me. I think they're saying you're preaching to the heads of the choir because everyone who watches you stream has already seen the video. That's true. Well, not necessarily, you know. I can think of lots of people who watch stream who have not watched those videos. Oh. What if you advertise your Twitch on TikTok? That's an untapped market. Well, that's how we got into this mess in the first place. That's how any of you are here. Like, you're here from either, like, that or the YouTube. That's it. Like, how do you think you're here, man? Oh, God. Honest to God, I really did. I got to, like, I don't know, like 80,000 followers, and I went, what if I stop posting TikToks? What if I just stop? And then I did. And then my manager came over and was like, what are you doing? And I was like, what? And they're like, this is really gonna hurt our algorithmic man. And I was like, okay. And now I think they took that to heart. So probably should not have said that to him, but oh well. I probably should actually put up another TikTok for the fact that, you know, we're coming up on 3 years. Which, like, whatever it may say about me, you know, this hardcore world, like, I haven't died in 3 years of, like, regular play. That's kind of crazy. Stream froze on the what if I stopped? What if I stopped, you know? I discovered you through TikTok. Let's go. Funny because my first stream here, I was like, hey, so you're really loud here and not on YouTube. What's that about? I remember that. I remember being like, okay, so like you see, you know, I contain multitudes. That's probably the nice way of saying that, right? In the words of my second grade teacher, yeah, you see, Naps, you know, he's a special case. He's full of a lot of, starlight power, you know? He's kinda like that. And I asked my mom, what's starlight power? She said, it means we give you too much sugar. And I was like, true. She was saying I was disruptive in class, which, you know, of course, was true, but you didn't have to be a narc and tell my parents about it. Jesus. God. Thanks a lot, Miss Jones. Oh, my God. That's a fake name. Don't look it up. That's a fake name. It actually is. Oh wait, no, it had to be after June 5th. Yeah, it's the 11th. So technically a Tuesday this year. So I think I'll probably do the stream, like the big stream celebrating it on the Friday, just because that way I'll actually be past the 3-year mark and not jinx it, like MJ says. I know people who contain multitudes. Starlight power. That's not what that means. It just meant that I was talkative. I was a chatty Cathy, all right? I chatted people up a lot. I talked to people all the time, and I would throw pencils at the ceiling, and I would just do. You guys don't understand. Anyway. I built a Lego set in class once, actually, which I was pretty pleased with, that I wasn't discovered. I was able to do it all in secret. Definitely got told off for disrupting other kids, but my parents really didn't care. See, mine did. Mine were mad about it. We joked about the British Empire, and I scared about metagaming when people told you, and check under the carpets in the igloo. It was it truly the chatters are preying on my downfall with metagaming. It's true. It's true. You were chatty because ADHD. No, I'm just a chatty guy. What do you mean? 11th makes more sense because I remember it was I was in Washington D.C. Where were you on June 11th? That's awesome. I was in Washington. That makes it sound like you were there, like, oh, you were going to the Pentagon. What do you mean? I had a meeting with Joe, and I was in the Pentagon. You don't understand. Chatted them up in school, huh? Yeah? You never chatted up your classmates? You never just, like, sat down and went, so, this math thing, huh? No? Just me? Alright. I can remember a lot of detail about my Phil's stream, but for some reason, I can't remember yours. Wow. Wow, I see how it is. Oh, I get it. Okay. Fine. No, it's fine. Okay. Worst day of my life. Maybe I was going to the Pentagon. You don't know me. That's true. Would you say your active state was hyper? I don't know. Define hyper. I mean, like, I like to run a lot. Is that hyper? At the time, it was great. Oh, man. I still remember, actually. Oh, my teacher was pissed about that. This was in, like, the 8th grade. No, I guess it was was it the 8th grade? Yeah, something like that. Anyway, long story short, I ended up getting thrown over her desk. And, like, because she was outside the door talking with another teacher. And so I, you know, so I had to, how do I, what context should I give for this? Yeah, well, I'll give you most of it. Anyway, long and the short of it, I intervened, and went a little, Bugs Bunny in a situation, one could say. It means I taunted a bull, which I probably should not have done. Anyway, so there was this class bully, yada, yada, yada. He ends up, you know, chasing me around a lot, but you know, I'm me, and I'm pretty quick, so it's fine. So I was going round and round and round and round the room, and it was great until it was one of the, oh my god, I'm not gonna say his name, but anyway, somebody stuck in their chair to trip me up. The fiends. I was not gonna get caught at all. Anyway, I get caught. He throws me over a desk. It clears it. I mean, everything came off. And at that moment, we kind of realized we maybe went too far. But she was still outside, so it was fine. So we set everything back up. We set everything back up onto her desk, and it was perfect. But the thing is, when it fell, she had a plastic basket, and that plastic basket did lose a chip out of it. But we found the big chip because it was a good chunk of the corner, and we were able to set it back so it looked pristine. We were fine. 20 minutes of the period go by until some schmuck in the class, so I again also won't say their name, decided to chime in and go, teacher, and they told them everything, and then they proved it by showing them that the basket was damaged. Oh. Anyways, I ended up in detention, but still, it was, But I don't know. Does that count as hyper? I don't know. Probably. Me and my homies hate snitches. Yeah, they what is the British one? Yeah, they wind up in ditches. Is that it? Is that, I feel like I heard that from like Paul Bettany or something. The normal one is snitches get stitches, but I just got a call from my grandma. What the heck did I miss? What did I miss? A tale as old as time, you know? I'm a snitch. That's no way to be, King. That's no way to be. Nobody likes a snitch. This is where Nap became the cover your bases complex man. I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that what implication that has. Sounds like a time I started a water fight on the last day before summer across the entire RE floor. Based. Oh man. Hey, what do I need? Stone brick wall and 240 of it. So stone brick wall. Okay, that's 62. That's gonna be 64. That's 128. That's okay. Let me get another one. Zip got 200 Monkey Kid Lego set, massive thousands of pieces for $90. Yo, because it has a small dent in the box and wouldn't close properly. And the Legos are completely fine. Yo, dude, that's awesome. That's huge. You guys gonna build it together? Like a savior complex, but your complex is getting good at hiding things because you'll get caught. Piracy and privacy and anonymity. I hate how much of a I hate how much that like sees through me. I hate how nail on the head that is. Oh my god. I feel seen in a way that I dislike. Oh man, Ruben, that lore reminds me of I had started from many a recess back in elementary school. I had started the War of the Rulers, which was a grand old time. We all wanted to be pirates, so we took rulers outside and just hit each other with them. Yeah, the teachers did not like that bit. They for some reason they found issue with it. What do they know, huh? What do they know? It was a grand old time. No, it's too big for him to ship home in a few days. I'd love to build Legos with him someday, though. We talked about doing it when I was back in the fall. Yo! Think, dude. Lego, I feel like for me, Lego can either be like a collaborative process or like a solitary process. But it, like, I don't know. It depends. Sometimes I just do not want anyone else to like get involved in the Lego process, because it's like, no, I'm doing this. But other times it's really fun. Versus like other hobby things where it's like, no, it's kind of like only you're gonna do it. You know what I mean? I want Lego. It's been 5 ever since I've built one, and the recent ones are all display sets, which are nice, but I want a silly one with characters and cool stuff. Legos are expensive. Yeah. The what should we call it? What was I gonna say? Something. Oh yeah, I was gonna say that's why I like the Star Wars Lego that I've bought for Lego streams before, because they're all things that are like well, yes, they work fine as like display sets too. They're also just like cool builds. They're like ships and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I mean, I get it, but I'd be happy to just sit next to him while he builds them. It's not really an issue. I just like him in Legos, so both of those things are good. Nice. I used to play a game called the Hexagonal Court. In order to defend the court's territory, I would chase people with a foam tennis racket and scream like a madman. But if they didn't run away, I'd sort of be a bit lost because I wasn't sure what to do once intimidation failed. That's kind of just that feels so visceral to so many like childhood experience, like where children just have the habit to run away. Like if you're a kid and you're running after other kids, they have a habit to run away. So when they don't, it's like, oh, well, what now? I feel like that's a very classic experience. I was a complete menace. It earned me the nickname of Lotso. That's stuck for the remainder of the years in school, because during the massive water fight, one kid drenched me with a full bottle of strawberry flavored water, and so I smelled like strawberries for the rest of the day, like the Lotso Huggin' Bear from Toy Story 3. That's such a crazy like reference, though. I mean, that's awesome. That's a great nickname, but that's also such a crazy point of reference. Oh man, can you believe they're making another one of those things? I thought they were done with that. You know, I thought that. All right. I I really thought they were like done with making Toy Stories with like the third, but they've done like a fourth, and I think have they done a fifth, or this will be the fifth? It feels crazy that they're still making them. Why is there a cat here? Why isn't there a cat here? It's a village. It's strange though. I think it's Mason and Rains. Wonder why it's out. Copper! Copper, my beloved. Nap, do you have a hidden villager chamber? No. Does that sound like me? I mean, I got a lot of zombified villagers hidden in chambers. Like in that building and that building and that building. Not that one. The windows aren't boarded up. But no, I don't. And if I did, you'd hear them. Like that's like I have on did I hit the wrong button? Option. Yeah, like I have friendly creatures turned on. So if there were, you would have heard them. You'd hear a bunch of So rest assured, I do not. It was not a timely reference back then. Either that movie was old by the time that happened. That's a crazy deep cut. That's a wild like. Oh, you know what name we'll give them? Lotso. Like the bear that smelled like strawberries from Toy Story 3. I'm realizing now that probably like that wasn't intended to be like because they're British. That was just like a henchman voice that came to mind. That was not meant to be any specific nationality. Just spam the villager button on the stream deck a few hundred times. That one? That button? That that button? What are we doing with this square cave? I'm gaining resources. I'm improving my standing in society. I'm gaining resources and riches. Oh my god, Ruba, that's insane. I just got bullied until I stopped going so I could have something to write about. In my memoir, one of my famous dejection, like, Grizabella. Huh? I was not a bully, but the bullies and teachers alike didn't like me because I was, in a word, mouthy. Funny enough, Ruba, I feel like we've had similar experiences. I feel like, I remember I had a teacher ask me to at one point, which a crazy thing to ask. This was not a good necessarily teacher, to ask me to have less of a sense of justice. Just because I would get really bent out of shape if I felt that like an injustice had been done to someone, and I wouldn't let things go. I mean, you guys have heard stories about it already. Like I've explained stories where I've gotten in it with teachers before, just absolutely taking it to probably too far of a nuclear level. But like, L to them. He's extracted resources from the natural environment, simultaneously enrich himself and destroy the planet. Yeah, exactly. God, it's such a boring school life. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with normalcy and like a pretty boring school life like that. You know what I mean? I had some friends and I read I was a delight to have in class unless you mentioned something cool about math because I would be harassing you to tell me the numbers. Also, I was the one to remind the teachers about the homework. Minus the last bit. Minus that last bit, because that's crazy, Medicine. I'm not gonna lie. That's why? Why would you do that to people? But no, what I was gonna say was, yeah, I don't know. Teachers either really, really like me. I either got really well along with my teachers, and they would like adore me, or they absolutely hated me. Mind you, I still remember, so like, I'm aware, I have a bit of an odd way of speaking at times, in the sense that like, how do I phrase this? Like, I use words at times that I know probably come off as a little pretentious or whatever. I know that because I've been told that many times. It's kind of just because of how I was raised. I don't know. It's like how my parents talk and how they've talked to me and how they taught me to learn to speak. So I'll use words that, like, I don't know, I guess are not super commonly used. And so anyway, what that led to is I remember I was answering a question that a teacher posed to the class, and I still remember she stopped me, and then like made this whole big thing. She went on for like a good, it was probably only like 5 minutes, but it felt like 10 to 15 minutes, where she just like tore a strip off me, about like, oh, do you think you sound smart like that? And I was like, what? And it wasn't even like anything crazy. I feel like I used the word disenfranchised. Like, I feel like it wasn't like I was like, yes, let me use the most insane words, man. Like, it was just like I used some fairly, you know, ubiquitous words and stuff like that. Like words that aren't like crazily rare to use. I guess, yeah, like a word like ubiquitous. There you go. Yeah, like that. I worked hard on my homework and I wanted my efforts to be acknowledged. See, I would not do my homework and then hope that they would not ask about it. Or if they did ask about it, I'd go, oh yeah, and I'd open my bag and I'd like, here, 1 second. I'd pull out my math book, I'd flip through it. I'd be like, oh no, I was on the page. Can I go check my locker? Okay. And then I'd go out with I'm like, I was just here. No, because I know I did it. And I would memorize 2 or 3 of the questions. Like, I'd do 2 or 3 of the questions and memorize the answers to them from later on in it. And I'd explain those and be like, no, I did it. Because, like, this, like, question 9 was like this, right? Or something like that. And then they'd believe me because I knew questions and their answers from later on in the work. So not just like the first question. And so then they'd be like, oh, okay, so you did do it. All right, just get it to me before like the end of the day tomorrow. And I'll be like, you got it. A little manipulative now that I think about it. But anyway, yeah. I don't think your vocab's pretentious so much as it's from a bygone era. Like, you come out with phrases that were common in the early 20th century. Yeah, I think that's more what it is. Are your parents 1820s aristocrats? Kinda, yeah, and the way that they talk, I don't know, man. I don't even know how to like describe it. And it's not like they're like, oh yes, we're Vanderbilts or anything like that. It's purely just kind of like how they were raised to talk. I don't know. It's strange. I know it's strange. It's just something that happens. And yeah, I guess, yeah, Ruby, that's probably the best way to describe it. It's a lot of bygone words, but that ended up having certain teachers be kind of set, I guess, somewhat against me. It's funny enough, I remember I saw something about like how teachers are catching people with ChatGPT and stuff like that, like AI, and it's because it's using words that are like very uncommon like that. And I was like, brother, I remember I looked at the list of words. I can't recall them off the top of my head right now, but I remember I looked at them and I was like, oh, dude, I use those words. I was like, oh, I would absolutely be told that I used AI even when I didn't. Oh, man. That seems so much more difficult than just doing the homework. No, no, you don't sense nothing. Listen, because then I only had to memorize 1 or 2, and then I got to go play Smite for the rest of the night. I gotta go play Minecraft. literally more effort than doing the homework. It's not. It's committing 2 answers to memory from later on the sheet. That takes what, like 10 to 15 minutes? The homework took 2 hours. What do you mean? If I had a penny for every time someone got mad at me for just talking because I talked in the way they thought was me trying to be smart or like pretentious or whatever. Yeah, it kind of just, I don't know. It's weird. People get uppity about stuff like that. Or they get all bent out of shape. But the one thing, and the only reason I truly hold it against her is because it was crazy to me that she like decided to one, stop me mid-phrase and then like tear a strip off me in front of the class of like, oh, do you think that makes you sound smart? Like, no one thinks you're smarter for doing that. And I was like, huh? And then, because in my mind, I'm like, shouldn't the teacher be like happy if like a student is using, I don't know, what is considered, I guess, big words, which they weren't. Like, and I hate, I don't know, I don't want to classify them as that. But anyway, I remember I was like, what? It was very weird because I just went like, no, what? Huh? She didn't like me. Ah, well, that's her problem. Nap is AI generated. No, my deepest secret. I have never done and homework schools gave me. Teachers loathe me for that and other things, but I think I like to think mostly the homework, but and other things, but I like to think it was mostly the homework. Did you put them? Did you do? Wait, did your schools, Chad? How many of your schools had like that, like random assembly where they, or not even assembly, like week of quote unquote, like, I don't know, like a fundraising, like fun week kind of thing where like for charity you could pay some money to put teachers in like a fake jail, or like have another teacher throw like a shaving cream pie at like the face of a teacher. It's such an odd thing now that I think about it, that's like a fairly, I know it wasn't just me, by the way. I have seen this exist in other states, so it is not like a pure tell-all on me. But it's a very odd thing, I feel like. You know what I mean? Where there's like that week or day or so in school where it's like, oh, if you bring in like, I don't know, like $1 to $5, you too can lock away your teacher. Like, what? Or have them be like, I mean, obviously the teachers volunteered to be on a list of teachers willing to do it. But, you know, it's just, I don't know, spirit weeks are weird, man. Also, the idea that my parents have a transatlantic accent is very funny. Yeah, now that I think of it, they do talk like that sometimes. You know what? It probably has something to do with the fact that I was like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like I grew up on a lot of stuff that's a lot older than anything that anyone else I knew grew up on. I think I've talked about this before. Like I didn't have access to the internet until like I was in middle school. Like and prior to that, it was like the one TV that we had like had a timer on it so that we'd only be able to use it for like an hour in the day, and then otherwise we had to do other things. It was very but anyway, but they would also like if it was like, oh, I want to watch something or something like that, they'd put on like Casablanca. Love that movie, I won't lie, but like it's a great movie. I adore that movie, but like there was a lot of like older media that I was shown. You know what I mean? But anyway, it's why so many references to internet things tend to go over my head. I played a lot of catch up later, so oh well. We would have a day of fundraisers if we were lucky. There'd be a couple days in the year where they'd have bake sales and you'd pay £1 to not wear a uniform. Oh, that's right. You guys have like uniforms and stuff. He's in my boat. Hey! Does this guy not have eyes? This guy... that's a little strange. I don't really like that. I don't like that one bit. We had one where we paid a raffle for the winning kid got dumped in a bucket of water, the most hated teacher in the school. Oh my god. They fully grifted us because it worked because we hated her. Yeah, they told her to be the worst all year. They were like, to be the worst, just so they'll dunk you. We did Spirit Weeks, but I don't think all of them were fundraisers. I do remember Red Ribbon Week, but we never like donated for that. We just did the dress up part. Huh. Your parents are nerds. I see where you get it from. What? Oh my god. Oh my god. How dare you? How dare you? I mean, you're not wrong, but how dare you? What are they gonna do? Oh yeah, it's gonna transform some of this stuff. Yeah, I mean, I guess they are. I don't know. They're kind of just like whack. I don't like they're just stuffy about things and stuff like that at times, and it's a little a little different from other people's parents, it seems. But they're nice, so that's the important thing. You know, I don't want to leave the impression that like I dislike my parents in any capacity. I love my parents; they're great. What do I need next? I have a list. I have a list here of things that I was like, ah, yeah, probably about that much of that and about that much of that. Stone stairs. I'm gonna need like 96, maybe like 100. Let's do one stack, and so this is 66, 76, 86. I need like 10 more then. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One time I had a horrific teacher. I hated them. It was seething passion. You see, my dog shredded my homework, and I was tired. Probably have accepted that my dog ate my homework. Still undiagnosed, so I didn't redo it. Brought it in. He didn't believe me, and he kept me in during recess. He called my mom, and she had my back. And at the end of a month character assembly, I won the honesty award. Eat dirt, horrid, nasty teacher. Why do you say it like Gollum? What Trixie, horrid teacher? Why you gotta say it like you're Gollum? Oh, that's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Off to see Haikyuu movie. See y'all later. Later, Lamka. Enjoy the rest of your birthday, King. I hope it is big one. My parents didn't let me go on the internet and only let me watch an hour of TV and then let me watch Casablanca. What? I don't see how that explains. Also, a lot of this is already detailed down. And it's just, I don't know, they wanted me to like go outside and do things there or like read or something like that. So they did not have me do that. It's not like, I don't know. There's lots of things to do, you know, go to museums or something like that. Go to the library. There was just other things to do. So they would encourage me to do that instead. I had 1 hour of TV limit. We had dial-up and no bandwidth, so the internet was nothing but Wikipedia and sometimes World of Warcraft and Guild Wars or Tamagotchi websites for years. I could use any other internet until I was 12. Then I got MSN and Facebook. I never used MSN. Was it? It's like a chat site, right? Is that what it was, or was it was it a chat site? I could surpass this by watching the TV they watched for a few hours with them. I didn't know they let you watch Casablanca. What? Oh my god. What do you mean? I've talked about watching Casablanca before. I love Casablanca. One second, Chatters. Chatters, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I just heard a knock at Who the hell is coming? I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I don't know who it is. I'm not answering it. I don't know who's there. I looked out and I don't know who that is. I ain't answered it. Hell to them. I got better things to do. Me personally, better things to do. Go to a museum. I didn't say you go to a museum. I said that that was their opinion. That they were like, you could go do other things. You could go to a museum like that. I wasn't talking to you. Oh my god. I was explaining my own personal experiences. Oh, man. Reminiscing on the time I did not know the offline MSN chat would be read when the log back. And I spammed the cute boy with an entire Gollum Smeagol at water convo in his chat, and then died of shit. Brother, what? I put a picture of a teeny tiny jar of Nutella in media if anybody wants to see. What? What? Is this all still in the Uber? Ruben's still in an Uber, just like, yeah. The guy's laughing to himself and passed me a very tiny bit of Nutella. Do you guys know the French rioted over Nutella? Like, I don't know, like 6 years ago? Crazy. Apparently they really like that stuff. I actually cannot remember the last time I ever had it. That was another thing that we weren't really allowed. It was same, I don't know. It's just another thing, there was lots of things that I don't know, that wasn't allowed as a kid in that way. Like sugary cereals, that was another one. Like I've never had Fruit Loops. And I don't really have an interest in having them. Namely because I don't like Kellogg's. Company sucks, but I don't know. I've never had like Fruit Loops or like Frosted Flakes or stuff like that. No, in my house, I came home to find a small jar of Nutella on the counter. Did you put it there? Like it just appeared? Like what? Like they just find you where you live? Like like Rishi's trying to get some votes and he's leaving little jars of Nutella around? What do you mean? Yo, Path! Ow, no. This is really wigging me out, by the way, that this guy just has no eyes. I'm really not a fan of that. What do we need? Okay, we could go gather stuff. Cobbled deep slate. All right. Cobbled deep slate and deep slate brick stairs. I need lots of deep slate. All right, I'm gonna go start mining deep slate then. I recited the scene where Gollum and Smeagol are fighting. I texted it to... No, I knew which scene you were talking about. I did not know the chat would care. No, I understand. I just... What possessed you to send the scene in the first place? Like, if you didn't want him to ever see it, what was the goal? You were like, oh gosh, I hope he never sees this, but sent it? That seems silly. That seems poorly thought out. When I was a wee child, I was very distraught because I discovered libraries had a borrowing limit. I stared in horror and had a crisis because I had 20 books left and I wanted, and I didn't know which ones I wanted more. Anyway, I finished the books I got within a week and read the others. Truly, the limitations of the library card were putting in work on you there. Oh man. I remember I used to be so freaked out by the idea of like library late fees. I was like, they were like a worrying thing to me, where they really shouldn't have been. Like there was nothing there was nothing truly pressing about them where it was like, oh, I should worry about library late fees. But I don't know, I feel like Arthur instilled on me, or like other such TV shows as a child instilled upon me the idea that it like was truly, you will go to prison. Like I would be put in chains and sent to prison. Oh man. I find it funny hearing people talk about how strict their parents were because mine just weren't. To be fair, you try raising 5 neurodivergent kids, you'd be exhausted too. Yeah, well, everybody parents differently as well. Like my parents were strict about some things, but not about others. You know? They're just doing the best. Please note, there were young adult novels and I wasn't even a teenager. Oh, so you were just like a book consumer. You were just chowing down on the old literature, huh? I had the absolute prime example of what would you do if no one ever see it, and given that to me as a kid in front of a keyboard and an app I had never used, I thought I was texting impulsively into the void. That's crazy. I fully a book from my school library as a kid. I still have it to this day, allegedly. Bro, you know, so in high school, we were told all throughout it and all the way into senior year, you know, if you had any books out still from the library, then, you know, you wouldn't be able to graduate. All right, you know, like they wouldn't let you. You needed to return everything. And I was like, yeah. And I had a book out on totalitarianism, and like when I went in, it's a pretty good book, but two, when I went in, they were going through all the things. They're like, return that, and they're like, oh, and you still do you still have this book out? But like, it was from the previous semester, so I was like, no, I returned that last semester, because there was a rule you had to, before semester change, you had to return everything as well. So the fact that it wasn't caught in the previous semester made it that I was able to be like, no, I returned it. How else would I have gone on Christmas break? What do you mean? What do you mean? And they were like, oh yeah, true. All right, sure thing, Nap. We'll clear it. And I still have that book to this day. Yippee! I've used it, I've cited it in 4 different papers. It is a very, like, non-deep dive book. Like, it is not, like, it's not like a like, really good dive into totalitarianism. It's, like, a really good surface level dive for, like, I don't know, high school. And so, like, it's not helpful to me per se, but I love citing it just for the bit. Oh man, that's not something you should be proud of. Define proud. I'm not like proud of it. I just think it's funny. Pop, 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 pop. I have no clue what this conversation is, and I proudly stand on my position of refusing to read books. If they had important information, I would just know it already. Oh, you were talking to Thunder, MJ. I thought you were talking about me and my story. In that case, MJ, you're absolutely correct. Thunder, that's literally nothing to be proud of. That's... Sorry, King. That's not really something to be, like, yippee yahoo proud of. That's just kind of sad. That's... Victimless crime, really. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can understand not everybody likes reading, and that's fine, but I don't know. I don't think the idea of, like, I just would know something if it was important is really feasible. I know you're probably memeing, though, so. Nab, you should read the messages I'm responding to instead of assuming I was talking to you. Well, you see, MJ, you actually didn't hit the reply button. So in fact, that message is not linked to any other message. Only if I had read the preceding chat messages would I be able to assume that it's connected. But in fact, it is a standalone message put into the chat and not using the reply feature. So there's nothing to indicate that it was a response. Helpless ratio, get scorched. Absolutely eviscerated. Train for another 100 years in semantics if you want to come, if you want to defeat me. What's a little bit of light theft in a video game? Victimless crime, really? Exactly. A victimless crime. You can't make the nerd the nerd feature when you actively tried to be like, Nap, you should really read what I've replied to first. Oh man. Also, I have been ignoring my past two messages. What do you mean? I have to get back actually reading books, not fanfics. Kind of based. I think both can be probably good. I mean, I'm not personally like someone who does read fan fiction, but from what I've seen of it, it seems to be like pretty solid for the most part. It seems interesting that people are like able to craft like so many stories. I guess it's, I assume the appeal is that you got an instant buy-in, right? Like you already know what the characters are meant to be like, and you're just putting them in like alternative situations. I mean, I've described it before. My understanding of fan fiction really kind of comes from like comics, because that's all comic books really are. Like all comic books are just fan fiction at this point. Nobody who created these heroes is still making them. They're all dead. And the characters have changed wildly from those origins. For example, Wolverine has bone claws. That was not in his origin at all. That's an entire, that from what I understand, that would be like a fan fiction trope. The idea that like, I'm gonna make it so Wolverine has bone claws, and it spawned out of the idea that there was an issue in like the 90s of X-Men where Magneto strips the adamantium from Wolverine's body. But originally the claws, like in his very origin story, the claws were like just in his gloves. Like it was just something he had. And then eventually it was like, oh no, it's a bionic implant given to him by the government with the Weapon X program. And it's just his healing factor allows him to use the claws because he'll heal through the damage. You know what I mean? But it wasn't like it wasn't like part of, like it wasn't like he had claws before the experiment. You know? A girl in class caught me reading one, and I lied to her about it being from my sister, and I went home and wrote my sister's name in all the books. I was so scared. Wait, which books? What? But it was like 7 books, and it was not the classroom library. What would you do if no one would ever see it? Wait, what? Oh, you're saying you stole a bunch of books from the library. Oh, I see. Comics are fan fiction of fan fiction of fan fiction. Kind of. No, but also, even if you consider, because my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like, fan fiction's a lot of, like, Elseworld stories, right? Like, Gotham by Gaslight's the best example I can provide, where it's like, oh, what if Batman was in a universe where it was always like a Victorian England kind of thing? And so he has, like, you know, more of a Victorian theme to his suit. He uses, like, steam-propelled gadgets and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And so it's a real what if. Or like the Flashpoint paradox. That's like a fan fiction alternative universe where like, what if Flash went back and saved his mom, and like, what would that cause? Like, what changes would that cause? And it's like, and Batman doesn't exist because Bruce died, and his parents lived, and his mom became the Joker, and his dad uses guns because he famously because Bruce doesn't. Like that's such that feels like it's such a trope of what would be fan fiction from all that I've ever read.
Same with Magneto's helmet blocking out psychic powers. That was an invention of the movies. Yeah. Well, like the grafted stuff to the bones. What was technically comics? It was just comics of the '90s, which got weird. A lot of weird stuff in those comics. But yeah, you're absolutely right, Ruben. And so like I feel like the comics. That's why I've always felt like whenever you guys talk about your fanfics or stuff like that, it's like, yeah, well, it's like a perfectly legitimate art form because it's no different than like all comic stories today. You guys call them something different though. You don't call it Elseworld. You say, I think you do alternative universe. I think that's the term. That's more like used amongst fanfiction writers. Is that right? Is that the term? Because like in DC, it's called like Elseworld. Because it's like, oh, another. It's not Earth Prime. It's Earth whatever. Earth 9,000,002. Can't believe they tore down 2 libraries from the 60s to consolidate them. Such a joke. That's awful. Where? What happened? What? He first comics I'm ever gonna get are 100% gonna be Gotham by Gaslight. They sound dope and right up my alley. Gotham by Gaslight's great. I really like those stories. They're like a little wacky. Like they're not like the single greatest like Batman stories ever or anything, but they're solid reads. I'm personally a big fan of Elseworld like that. So AU Alternative Universe is the go-to. Yes. Oh, okay. I was pretty confident, but I wasn't like 100% sure. Speaking of comics, I'm just gonna toss this out there for any gorgeous individuals who might want to help a gal out. I'm trying to find Greg Rucka's original Wonder Woman run from 2006, and I'm struggling to find it. Totally legal, fair use locations where I pay for them, obviously. So if anyone has any advice, hit me up in Discord. I love you forever. Yeah, if anybody knows where I can purchase these at, you know, a good rate. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll be real. I think brick and mortar, if you were looking to purchase them, brick and mortar shops would be not a bad place to go, just because they're like an endangered species. But I can also appreciate what you're saying. I'm trying to think. There is a repository I know of. I just forget its name off the top of my head. There's like a bunch of DC comics from like New 52 and stuff like that online. My Minecraft decided not to function today. No. But I cannot. This is mine. You can't. In what way? In what way is the? Good God. Gotham by Gaslight is the best, specifically because Dick, Jason, and Tim are little street rat orphan kids, and Bruce and Selena adopt them. It's so cute. That's true. That's true, Ray. Oh, it's great. I really do like it. It also gives I don't know, like I feel like the Victorian aesthetic fits the Wayne family well. You know what I mean? I have considered it, but they're like kind of expensive per issue, and I can't find a print of the full thing. Oh, have you looked for trades? I don't personally buy single issue, but if you can probably find the run in trades. And what I mean by that, unless maybe that's what you mean, but the trades are like collections of usually anywhere from 5 to like 10, but usually just around 5 issues at a time. Pressed into like one single like graphic novel, basically. Usually if a run was long enough, it'll get a trade. Like the I don't know. Usually, and usually I'd say the best way to find it, especially because it can be difficult to find safe and not, you know, full of virus downloads for it online, because comic book people are whack about stuff like that online. I like brick and mortar shops just because like I can normally go in and ask if they have a trade, and if they don't, they can usually find a way to order it because they have connections that I just don't. But I can also still understand that that could still be a pricey option. Me and my friends love saying things are our personal 9/11s. Wow. Wow. Where's the respect? Oh, man. I remember I got in trouble. I remember I got in trouble in one year in school. Cause like, listen, I was just bored. We were doing this like minute of silence or whatever, mumbo jumbo. And I was like, I mean, guys, it's been, it's been a while. Like, and I get it. Like, it's like, oh, like I remember, oh, I got such a chewing out. Cause it's like, well, you wanna, like, how do I just say this? I mean, I'm 1,003 years old, obviously. But anyway, they took issue with my nonchalance about 9/11. And so it resulted in me getting chewed out. Because because of it. Because I was like, guys, it's been like, that's so far in the rear view, man, that we gotta keep doing this annual. We gotta do this annual thing, really? And they weren't happy about that stance. They weren't happy with that take. If we want to get literal, I could go back, I could back it up by saying that I'm in another country than this tragedy, and yet I feel bad and also indignant about the state of things. This is even happening. One difference being I can't blame the US government for this one. I mean, there are people who do. Also, in no way did I indicate that I was born after. Nowhere in that sentence did I say that. I said I'm 1,003. What part? Oh my god. Was born after 9/11. What? I didn't say I was born after 9/11. Anyway, what part of 1,003? I'm like 58 years old. Okay? I'm an old man. Leave me alone. I'm a boomer. You don't know me. Wait, is 58 a boomer? Maybe. Probably. That's like near 60. Yeah. Let's see. What do I need 92. These. All right. So we'll do that, and then a half stack. Nap's personal 9/11 is not being able to hide it. No, this is my personal Vietnam, I'll have you know. Because that's the tragedy that I remember. Personally, me, having lived through it, I remember way back when. That's why I watched Casablanca. That's why I had no internet, you see. I was down at the video rental stores, and I got drafted into Vietnam from there. Yeah, it was crazy. There weren't video rental stores. There weren't video rental stores during Vietnam. I'm an idiot. Oh my god. Oh my god. Cinnamon, I will send you into the sun. Do you understand me? Crazy series of well, you said no, it was because I was at the very first preliminary setup of a video rental store in the latter stages of Vietnam, and I got sent there. But of course, the war was already over and had been for like a decade. But they sent me anyway, you know? If you're 58, you'd have been too young to be drafted into Vietnam. I lied about my age. I lied to them. I said, I'm old enough. Send me over. And they said, you got it, boss. Like, you know, like Steve Rogers. I lied about my age. I went, no, I could do it, please. More of being a bad lie. I'm a great lie. What part of earlier of my Machiavellian machinations, where I convinced my teacher that I had done my homework, what part of that implied that I was a bad liar, huh? This is insane, by the way. What's insane? Oh no, he wanted to be drafted. Oh no, I can fix him. Yeah, I wanted to be drafted. Somebody call Rishi Sunak. Anyway. Oh god. Is Lightwork lying to autistic people is a Herculean feat. Yeah, that was like a that was the what, the 10th labor? I keep running back with the stonecutters over here. Okay, so I have the stairs. Wait a minute, I need my pen. All right, I have the stone. I have the on stairs. I have the deep slate brick stairs. Polished deep slate wall. Oh, there we go. How much do I think I needed it? Oh, like, all right, like a stack. And a little bit. There's 5. There's, and he had 12 of those things. Yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, it's like it's his 10th. I had to put it within them. Can we talk for a second? What does Rishi think that's gonna do now as well? He thinks that old people hate youth, and so they will vote for him for it because they'll be like, yeah, that serves them right. Them and their avocado toast. This'll teach them. And you know what? He's probably not wrong, but those people were already gonna vote for him anyway, so he's not really gaining anything. Like, it's kind of a crazy take. I know exactly who would vote for him because of that. People who don't have to do it. Oh god. For that to be a soldier in Vietnam in 58, you'd have to be drafted between your birth and 8 years old. I was very tall for 8. I was very tall, you see. Yeah, I guess I would have had to been. I thought it went longer than 1975. Oh man. The dominant age group is shifting in the UK though. The millennials are becoming our largest group now, a lot of whom have children who would be affected by this in years to come. Yeah, the question is if they feel disenfranchised enough to not vote. You got, like, it's not necessarily about demographics as much as it's also about who's actually going to turn up, which more reliably is that older age group. Younger age groups are disenfranchised, and so they they tend not to show up. They tend to go like, this doesn't matter, and then they don't show up. For instance, with what was it? Brexit had what, like a 42% turnout, right? Like it was like a really low turnout for deciding to leave. Actually, I was wrong. US pulled out in 73. You would have been 6 at the last year, though I was very tall at 6. I was 6'6" at 6, I've yet to meet anyone that I yet to meet anyone that makes me think I can fix them. I usually go, I will end them. I have no tolerance for jerks and idiots. Oh, still vote to thing? No, I'm not talking about like turns up to the polls. I'm talking about like casts their ballot at all. Like voting at all is what I mean. Like mail-in or otherwise. The most dependable demographic still voting-wise, and it's why a lot of youth is still discounted in politics, is because the youth and so anywhere the millennial age group, it was worse than the Gen X. Gen X was worse than boomers, and Gen Z's been the worst overall. Despite being one of the more politically active groups, so far they've really yet to actually turn up for voting, which is really disappointing. Matter of fact, one of the biggest like things right now is if you can get Gen Z to actually turn up voting, it's an easy slam dunk. You win easily. If you can galvanize them to actually turn up. Just 9 times out of 10 they don't. Nap was a kid when he wanted to be drafted, then I could totally let that go. Redeemed my morbid rules. You can't consent to meaningful ideas until you're 8. With another childhood memory, 1 sec, lay it on us. All right, I did that. I did polish wall. Just cobbled deep slate. I need a good bit of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Deep slate brick slabs. I'm gonna need a stack of those. All right. Oh, I could just do 32 then. Because that'll make a stack that way. Perfect. But it is, don't get me wrong, by the way. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I am absolutely saying it's a really stupid move. In fact, I think it is a move that will galvanize youth voters to turn up, because it's something that's very more it's much more for lack of a better word, attainable to them. Like, to be able to be like, oh, I can clearly see A plus B equals C. Like, I can see how this will negatively affect me. You know what I mean? Versus like, oh, I don't really want to read monetary policy and understand the inner workings of that. And so you get disaffected and you go, nah, I just don't want to care about it. But I really don't know who, like, I don't know why he's gambling it. Maybe it's true. Maybe they are trying to actively get out of office. Maybe they're like, please, I don't want to do this anymore. Maybe it's true. Maybe the rumors are true. I don't know. It'd be kind of funny if they were. I need to go get more steak before I run out of food. Fun fact about the early members: some men were sent away to the UK mission so the prophet could marry their wives and daughters, sometimes both at the same time in their absence. I'm sorry, what? Huh? You what? The worst part is the youth, both in the UK and US, are feeling disenfranchised by two-party system because all the options are terrible, and it makes a lot of people apathetic rather than radicalized. Yeah, I can mostly agree with that. I mean, I'm gonna say, from like a genuine perspective, and I would ask that whoever you are, like, if, for those of you in the United States that have this election coming up, you know, you have people to vote for. I'm not gonna tell you, you know, what to do or what not to do per se, but just vote. Just do it. Good God. And if the option is like, oh, I just really dislike Joe Biden. Don't get me wrong, it's not like I like the guy. But he's very clearly a better option. Don't risk genuine, like, totalitarian overthrow versus like, oh, you know, a guy that I disagree with his foreign policy. You know what I mean? Messenger was too big. I didn't see it, so I'm gonna assume it was too big. You might need to break it into two. Joe Biden blast. You want to know the craziest part, actually? Like, since FDR, and I say this with the utmost sincerity, it's bonkers that it's true. I'm not like that. Since FDR, Joe Biden is like categorically the most left-leaning president outside of maybe some policies by Jimmy Carter to have held that office since the New Deal with FDR. It's insane. Don't get that twisted, by the way. In no capacity is that man a leftist. That man is absolutely a system-filled Democrat that's at best a liberal. Really not even that. He's very conservative in several of his values, but those values are only conservative within the United States, or are only deemed non-conservative within the United States. Everywhere else they would be conservative. Goes without saying, I don't agree with apathy, but it is happening. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I'm not trying to say that you do or anything like that. But yeah, it's like the voter apathy that's happening is a real problem because, and I think it's that democracy is hard, if that makes sense. Like it's a tiring thing, and I think it's especially tiring with the ever presence of social media. And by that I mean that you're always confronted with awful things happening everywhere. But democracy is very difficult because it's a game that's there's almost never a win per se in democracy. There's no knockout blow win typically. There's edging the needle one way or the other. There's I've been able to actually make a little bit of progress. So it's like, oh, I will vote for this person because while I disagree with what they're gonna do, it's more in line with what I want to do, because radical change within a system is very difficult to accomplish. Don't get me wrong, radical democratic theory is something that is absolutely plausible to have happen, but unless people, and I say this as in a video game, I'm not condoning it, but I'm saying that I didn't get any of the stake. Unless people are willing to get to a point of political violence, radical change can't fathomably happen. So the idea of sitting and waiting for it to happen is really never going to resolve anything. If you're looking to have things change and you're not willing to go radical with it, but you hold radical beliefs, the best way to do it is by slowly but surely creating the change through the democratic process. It's painful, it's slow, backsliding's easy, it can feel like all your gains have been wiped out very quickly, but that's democracy, baby, for better or worse. Anyway, I don't mean to harp on about all that. Part 1. So in ye olden days, Big M had proper toys instead of the stupid phone app games of cardboard with their Pokemon generation, and they had little plastic figurines. I wanted them, but we didn't have fast food often. So in Walmart, my mother buys his sister the Magus, and we get a new toy. Upon realizing that they are done with the Pokemon promotion, I somehow filled with the confidence to drag my mother and sister to the front desk and ask for the toys in the display. And the minimum wage worker went, I'll ask my manager. The manager let me have the display toys. My perfect victory. It's not stealing, though. That's she's asking. It's not stealing. revolution is a complicated thing. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I could talk about this a lot more in the sense that, like, it's genuinely something I study. I've written papers on radical democratic theory. It's something I really like talking about. But this is a Minecraft stream, and I understand that most people do not come here to have me harp on political theory and manifestos. That's not really anything that anybody's here for. So we'll pivot off. We should kill John Lennon. Yes. Kill John Lennon. Oh. You guys sucked. Oh. Please lord up to me any other time. I don't think, listen, I don't think you want the lore, man. I don't think you want, like, all right, so here's the foundational principles of government. Here's the international relations theory on realism and Marxist lens and the like. Here's my 17 papers of comparative politics work. Oh my god, get me out of this car. Oh, you gotta just make a wish and then boom, you'll be home. You know what it's like as a Liverpool native having to hear about the Beatles from people outside of Liverpool as if I haven't been beaten over the head with it my whole life. Tell me about Marx. I get banned. No, that content's bad. No. I'll give you a fun fact. Fun fact about Marx. When asked if he was a Marxist, he said, "What's that?" And then when explained what it is, he said, "No, that sounds awful." The idea that that the ideas of Marx have ever been put into practice is ludicrous because they haven't. It's not me saying I'm pro it or against it. I'm just saying the idea that it's been tried and failed is wrong. What is... Yeah, I got that. Blackstone stairs? I need to get the Blackstone for the stairs, unless I have some here. I have basalt. Polished Blackstone brick, that's something. Nope, I have none here. I got taken on a tour of Central Park when I was in NYC. Shock, it's got trees, and the guy was like, "Oh my god, look the image, imagine tribute to John Lennon. Do you know John Lennon, like the Beatles? John Lennon." We were like, "Yeah, we don't care." But they were so excited. Ruva, they were so excited. Did they even realize that you were like from the place that they were from? Or like, did they not put that together? Your tour guide, where they're just like, "God, I love the Beatles." Here's an idea. The two cicada broods, I take over the USA. We make the USA into a system that perfectly matches Marxist theory. Profit. Well, see, the issue with that is Marxist theory breaks down, man. It doesn't, like, he has no end to it. Like, he has an end as in he's like, oh, and then we'll achieve, like, the next stage post-capitalism is communism, and then the stage after that is socialism. Or, sorry, strike that, reverse it. Anyway, but, like, his stance on what those things were is that he didn't know what they would be. He just knew they weren't capitalism. He had ideas of what they could be like, but even that's framed from a capitalist perspective. Like, he lived and existed in capitalism, which therefore framed how he viewed things. even in ways that he didn't like, even when he like theorized on ways to not be. So in his own words, he didn't know what it would be like. So his theory doesn't truly offer much beyond the idea of seizing the means of production. You know what I mean? And spreading those equitably. Considering a bunch of chatters present here have heard my voice now and were like, yeah, you just sound British to me. Tells me that you guys can't tell the difference between the accents. It depends. It depends. I can. Me personally. Also, I saw that. I was like a crotchety old man. I was like, what are they doing in there? I don't know about all this. Hover over the Discord, it's like 7 people in a channel, and I was like, I don't know about this. What are they doing? Fork knife? I don't know. We'll profit by finding out. But King, if it's outside of capitalism, there wouldn't be profit. Oh man. I think I have Blackstone up here is why I'm heading up this way, but Nap got FOMO. Nap wanted to join in. Nah, I didn't have FOMO. No. I like that you say that, as though I couldn't have. It's my server. I can't. As though there was something stopping me. I had FOMO. He couldn't have joined. It's like, why didn't you then? Oh, I was playing Total War. It's like I was doing other things. Oh, I did have Blackstone. Perfect. Like I just had other things I was doing. Plays a Warhammer King. I'm bringing the gang back, and entirely my idea. We're going to host a new Minecraft server for the Discord next. I'm sure it'll go well this time. Does that mean I gotta add back in those channels? They're currently archived. I don't think anybody else could see them but me. I don't even think anybody noticed they were gone, to be honest with you. I'm pretty sure no one knew they left. Oh, man. I gotta be more active on the Discord server base. I adore that Discord server, dude. It's really fun. Like, there's so much going on it all the time. And there's just like a million conversations happen on it. So it's very interesting to read through them. It was a laugh, to be fair. You should next time. But you gotta realize, I had to wield Galmoraz. You don't understand. I had to get to the Northern Chaos Gates. Please, Kislev was falling. I needed to get there with my elect accounts. In the name of Galmoraz. Oh. I was clearing my bathroom floor. We weren't just playing Fortnite. I choose to believe you were all playing a cooperative Fortnite. But like those Twitch streams where like the Twitch chat controls it. So like one person types left and one person types up, and that's how you move. Some of us were there for 9 hours. I know, I saw. I noticed the gang was gone. When I said I'm bringing the gang back as a joke during the PC. That somebody's been gone for months. I'm just like, wait a minute, where'd that chat go? There's several chats that are currently archived on that. I think there's the gang. There's what else is there? There's the Minecraft server chat. I'm trying to think of what else. There are others. Monsters nearby? Where? I don't see any monsters. Monsters? What monsters? Lies and deceit. I see through the lies. In the wall? Where is he? In the window? What's going on? What? Hello? Whatever, I'm going to one of the different beds. I don't know where this guy is. Oh. Well, that was my Minecraft crashing. All right. That's strange. Two and a half hours in, crash? That's weird. That's very strange indeed. Is it gonna stay a black screen, or is it gonna, there we go. I was back here a while ago. Okay. I played Fortnite for like 3 hours and never once played the Battle Royale once. Oh, was it just Lego Fortnite? Was that all that you were playing? Oh my god, there's still a zombie. I hate it here. There's another bed over here I'll go use. Easy peasy. I dislike them. Idiot! Stupid! Stinky! I would have enjoyed trying the Battle Royale, but it was too late in the night. I spent like an hour and a half installing Fortnite. I should have uninstalled it and downloaded Apex again. God. Not Apex. Will I actively play either? No. Who knows? Maybe you'll become an Apex legend. Well, actually, I think MJ, I think I have a game for you. It's called Concord. All right, it's pretty great. It's Ruba's new favorite game. It looks pretty primo. Yes, Apex Snap, return to your base urges. What do you mean by base urges? What's that? What's the implication there? So what I've gathered is Nap doesn't want to hear the lilting bass of my voice. Oh my god. It's called what? Concord? I love Ruba's voice. You're really missing out. I've only heard all several chatters' voices one way and one way only. Oh, and there goes my Streamlabs. Well, I'm just gonna leave it in its semi-crash state, so we'll end it again weirdly. Oh my god, I keep trying to fix it. It keeps not working. It even updated today. I was like, oh, maybe that update like rolled out a patch. Maybe it wasn't just me. Maybe it was like a problem there. Oh, it's fine. No, well, MJ, see, all that does, so like Streamlabs at least has this backup where it's like, so I'm still able to stream even if Streamlabs crashes. Like it's keeping things active that way. But if I want to restart it and then be able to use, you know, like my scene transitions and all the things that are like streaming, then I'm gonna need to, then I'm gonna need to restart, and that splits up the stream. So I'm probably not gonna. What next do I need? Mossy cobble stair. All right, I'm gonna go get some cobblestone. That's what I'm gonna go do. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening with it though, because yeah, it's been like 3 hours and then it crashed, which is like very odd. It's very odd that it like takes so long and then crash. Like I'm not sure what's happening with it to cause the crashes is the kind of the issue here. because it doesn't seem game dependent, and it's clearly something going on. Because like the crash from Minecraft in that is an error. The crash was caused by an outdated graphics driver or conflicts with screen recording software. So it's the conflict with the screen recording software. Please ensure your graphics card driver is up to date, which it is, and disable or uninstall any screen recording software in use. So the implication would be that it crashed because of Streamlabs, and then Streamlabs crashed shortly after. And all the drivers are up to date, so it has to be something to do with Streamlabs. I'm just not sure what, you know? I don't want to be this dude. I want to. I'll just be up here. Oh man. Alas, this seems to be the world we live in, where poor little streamers like me get absolutely abused by Streamlabs. Woe is I. Truly the most hard done by of individuals. No one has it worse than I. Do you use Slobs or OBS? Currently I use Streamlabs. I've used both, but I prefer Streamlabs because of its integrated sound alert system. Because Streamlabs just uses OBS. Like, that's the thing. Like, Streamlabs OBS is still just OBS, just with the addition of some sound alert stuff. You know, like having the text to speech stuff, having the subscribe pop up and go poggers. I also want to say I told when we played Fortnite, I wanted it to be us two, so I didn't get overwhelmed. So how we ended up with like 12 people in rotation. I was fighting for my life to cope, but it was actually the most wonderful thing. So glad it happened exactly like it did. Yo, sounds like a fun time, dude. It's genuinely, I've said this before, it's been a long time since I've been able to say it though, because it doesn't happen a whole lot anymore, with the gang dead in a ditch. But yeah, no, the Discord, one of my favorite things about it is when you guys like just interact without my involvement, like where it's just like you guys either play games together or anything like that. Like, that's why the voice channels are there. That's their exact like reason for existing. There used to be something called the Gang, which is a bunch of people who played, you know, they'd do things like they'd play D&D together, they'd do stuff like that. The Gang is dead. Long live the Gang. Yeah, they'd play D&D together that somebody would organize, or they'd play in a Minecraft server when somebody was organizing that. I think they did some other stuff. They played some other games together. There was some movie watch-alongs at different times. It was great. I'm always scared to go on voice channels. I mean, understandable. Like, don't get me wrong, I can also understand why people would be like apprehensive to join, but the hope is that, yeah, people will always feel like welcome enough to join, because, you know, you shouldn't exclude people. The Discord's the open public forum, so anyone has the right to join, you know? The only thing is you gotta be following the rules of the Discord. But I don't doubt that you were, so you know. We have to follow the rules. Wrap it up, boys. What a tragedy, truly. You're making us follow the rules? Hey, come in! The worst thing you could possibly do to us, Snap. Come on, not the rules. Yeah, man. Swiping, no swiping. Swiping, no swiping. I think now, in hindsight, he might have thought we were playing together, it was okay, but didn't think about the call heavy people. Did ask if Killer had totally could join. I told him I've already played Fortnite with them, and I said yes, but then it's just tumbled. I know now, though, so I'll be able to clear it, clear if I'm not open with new people in brain. New Discord server, anyone? No, please. No. Uno momento. That's just that wild. All right. Apologies. Had to ban someone. Automod, my beloved. Parallel play, baby! Yo! Oh, man. I need to, you know what? If we ever do, you remember those, earlier when we were talking about school, I reminded myself of, of those, like, spirit weeks and stuff like that. Did you guys have, like, those, like, gym days where, like, it wasn't organized, and it was just like, oh, yeah, here's a bunch of different, like, I don't know, like, sports equipment and, like, little scooters and such like that. It was like, go have fun. It was, like, mostly in elementary school that they did this. It was just like, here's a bunch of stuff, figure it out. That's very much the same vibe that the Discord is, I hope. It's just, here's a bunch of different channels. Figure something out. Go amuse yourselves. Don't jam your finger in the little scooter thing. I didn't know new people in Braid was a choice for you. Let's see. Oh, no, I need moss. Oh, perfect. Oh, I know exactly where to get moss. Where are my clippers? Where are my little shears? My little guys, my little grimblies, my little doohickeys. Where'd they go? Where are you? Can't sleep, not nighttime. Are they over here? No. Man, that state of play, by the way, Ruba, very disappointing. I was hoping for so much more out of that, and it was nothing. It was such a, like, nothing state of play. They must have something else planned for June that I'm not aware of. Because, like, I was like, oh, maybe they're just doing, like, an early state of play. Because normally June was when they did, like, all their trailers for E3. Maybe they have another one coming up. Because they always do that one, like, E3 type deal where they, like, they hire a band. They get a band to play music, and they do it in, like, a themed location. I hope they still do that. I feel like the last time they did it was still when they were, like they weren't part of E3 officially. So I feel like it wasn't, like, an E3 thing making them do that. Monster Hunter Wild footage was the only thing I cared about, and even then, it wasn't a surprise. What about Concord? Ruba, what about Concord? Your favorite game? It's such a wild trailer. Correct me if I'm wrong. That trailer felt so tonally weird because it felt like they were acting like it was a game that everybody'd been waiting for. And it's like, literally, I've never heard tell of this. Didn't know it existed until this moment. Don't care that it exists. And why would I spend money on this? Like, it just felt like a crazy take, you know what I mean? Like, it just felt like a tone-deaf 5v5 shooter. Like, it was like, what? I'll humor the Concord nonsense if you actually agree to 1v1 me when it comes out. All right. Oh wait, no. When Concord comes out, no, never mind. I can't. I'm not spending money on Concord. That's the crazy part. Is it's a $60 game still? Like it's a fully you gotta pay for it game. That's crazy. It's such a shame though. It's paid? Yeah, that's my point. It's a paid game. It's like a full-on thing. The one thing that I thought it was free. No, it's not. It's a full price video game. That's why I'm memeing it so much. I'm like, brother, where did this came out of nowheres? Are you kidding me? No, I'm not. That's why I was like, I'm sorry. I've never heard tell of this game. It's not like it's been building for years. I don't even think they've announced it at another state of play. I feel like this was the first time it was ever talked about. And they're just like, full game coming out July. Yippee. Let me double check that I'm not spreading misinformation. I am 95% sure it's a paid game. Concord. All right. Yeah, okay. It says pre-order. So I guess I'm not sure. But next week, pre-order information's coming out. That's what it says. Pre-order information coming out next week. So, like, if you can pre-order it, I assume it must be a paid game, right? They haven't quoted price, though, but... Oh, man. Wait, but what did you think you were agreed to 1v1 me on? Smite 2? I thought you were asking me about Smite 2. Anyway, but no, what I was gonna say was yeah, if it's a paid game, that's crazy. Fair, feel free to pick it. Oh no, that's not for me. But yeah, it's just such a crazy thing to be like, it's a full price game. I'm like, why? For who? Who's paying that much for this? I totally will if you wanna. I'll have to. Oh, I have to decide if I want to play Smite 2 still. I probably will, but I need to come down on a decision on that first before I can agree to 1v1 anybody anyways. Oh man, fellas, it's Pride Month in the UK. Shower me with all your praise and adoration now. No. No. No, that's crazy. You can't just say no. You can't just say no to that, dude. Where are my shears? They're somewhere here, aren't they? Are they out here? I don't have them on me, right? Okay, good. I was like, I'm not like holding on to these and just like being stupid, right? I'll just make another pair, dude. I'll just make another pair. I played the alpha test for Smite 2 today on my friend's PlayStation because he brought the Founders Pass, and I gotta admit, it's very pretty. And the freedom of build crafting is very fun. You're selling me on it. You're selling me on it. Okay, I have no iron kicking around, so I guess I gotta go find that first. Oh, God. Night, gang. I'm being forced to skedaddle by the time next stream. It is pride time. Later, Medicine. Oh no, Medicine, didn't you hear? I'm not allowed to stream. I'm not allowed to stream next month. It's. I'm being disbarred by the woke left. Oh God. They're silencing me. How dare they? How is it that I can't find a single pair of shears? Zeus can basically be played like a full ADC now, and it feels surprisingly good. Oh, see, I don't know about that. I don't know. I'm a big fan of like things having roles. You know what I mean? Like I'm a big fan of like the idea that there are ADC gods, and it's like that's what should be played in that lane, but there's a variety of them, and so like you got like 15 to 30 of 30 ADC options, so you can mix it up that way. But like I don't know. Then again, not that mage ADC isn't a thing that already exists in current Smite. God, I love MOBA. You know, MJ, am I detecting like, is that sarcasm? It feels like it's got a whiff of sarcasm in that statement. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. Smite is the only MOBA that has that kind of bit. Yeah, and Smite's also the only MOBA I like. I hate League and I hate Dota. I don't like other MOBAs. So like part of why I liked Smite was that differential. No, that's his best. This is crazy. I can't believe MJ just went, listen, I'm in this stupid vehicle on a stupid trip. Somebody don't talk about MOBAs. I'm just like, I won't stand for this. Have you ever ate an apple? What, like a Granny Smith? Also, hi, Rosie. Yeah, I've had apples before, yeah. What about them? Cool. You just came in with the question of have you ever consumed an apple? That's crazy. That's okay. Have you? What's your all right, chat? What's the favorite apples? Let's all go around. Apple tier list. Let's go. Controversial take, bottom tier crab apples. I don't know, some of us like freedom of choice and don't like to be bogged down by the man. My God. I like the freedom of choice too. That's what I'm saying, is you get some choice in what works. But it's like, no, mages are mages and they go in mid. And an ADC is an ADC, so pick a hunter. Maybe you can make Oleron work, maybe. You know what, actually, here's a question for you. Hey, do you know what assassin I used all the time in jungle? You know what my top 3 assassins were? Guess. Not crab. No, crab apples are good. F tier. F tier. Beans tier list. I forgot we did a beans tier list. Oh, that tier list stream was actually really fun. I enjoyed that. I had a fun time with that. Especially because I really enjoyed that, like, you guys got to suggest a bunch of tier lists, I feel like, in advance. I wonder what my Barbie listing was. I remember that was one of the options. Or maybe I skipped over the Barbie tier list because I hadn't watched Barbie movies. Gala apples are pretty dope. I also like Granny Smith. Pink lady apples are my fave. In fact, no one has said Red Delicious is a crime. It's a crime. I like Red Delicious. Let's go, cinnamon. When they're crispy and I slice into them up and slap PB on them with a knife and yum. I mean, minus the peanut butter. I'm right there with you. No wrong. Any character should be playable in any role, and if it fails spectacularly, then that's how you learn. I mean, sure, I guess. But that's like currently the state of things. Like, that is, like, you could play a mage as ADC. Like, there are mages, like Soul is a mage that you could play ADC in Smite right now. Like, you're not limited in that way. It's just like, you know, the items to be able to be built are different. You're having to make a mage build work in ADC versus like, oh, you can build a mage ADC. You see what I mean? Peanut butter sled is crazy. I just don't like peanut butter on apples, or unless it's like a I'm blanking on the name. But like unless it's like, I don't like it on Red Delicious. I like it on other apples. I don't like peanut butter. See, I love peanut butter. It's not that I dislike peanut butter. It's that I just dislike it on Red Delicious apples. Bold name, actually. But kind of a bold name to call yourself Red Delicious. It feels presumptuous. People are gonna love this apple. We're gonna name it Delicious. What species is it? It's delicious. You're literally devouring iron. Is there a lot of iron in apples? But building a mage ADC isn't necessarily going to work for every mage. That's where the fun of experimenting comes from. Listen, I like, again, I haven't seen it, so maybe I'm misunderstanding what you're describing, but I like the current setup of like items and stuff like that. It's the same way. I don't know how I'll feel about, because they're getting rid of relics too, aren't they? I liked relics. I thought that was an interesting mechanic in the game. So it's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm misunderstanding you, and maybe I'll love what they've done. Who's to say? Who's to say? I love eating cherries with caramel. That's such a strange choice. Not in a negative way. It's just like, I don't think I've ever met a single human being who was like, you know what I really like consuming? Mind you, I don't get cherries a lot, in fairness. The only place I would ever have cherries was if I was at my Nona's, and then she'd always have them. And so I feel like that was like the only place that I'd ever like find fresh cherries just like kicking around. It's never been something I've been like, you know what, I'm gonna buy a bunch of cherry. Which I don't know if that just reflects poorly on me. I have no idea. But it's never been. It was never like the fruit of choice for me, you know. Incredible comment. I always trying to mix stuff. I see. I see. Said the blind man to his deaf daughter through the intercom that wasn't really there. Up, up, up. Interesting, as one MJ might say. That's crazy. Cherries are a yearly late summer experience for me. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, no, they were never like a critical thing for me. I wonder if I wonder what this is gonna do to me. Jump boost, yeah! Yeah! I'm so boosted, yeah! Nope. That's that. The Italian jump scare was crazy? What? Huh? What do you mean? But no, I've never really, I never really got to have a lot of cherries, I guess. It was like fairly annual when we'd go, I guess, yeah, a yearly experience for me as well. It would just be like when I'd go visit, you know. And when they were in season. Let's see. I needed Blackstone. How much Blackstone did I need? Where did I write this down? There's so many things on this list. Why am I like this? Okay, I needed like a stack of Blackstone. I need Blackstone stairs, right? Yeah, and half a stack of Blackstone stairs. I already got those, so then we'll just just like that. Isn't calling your grandmother Nonna an Italian thing? No, I don't think so. Not that I know of. No, it doesn't sound right. I don't think so. Not that I've heard. Alright. That off. That off. And it's a none of it thing. Yeah, maybe it's a none of it thing. I don't know. Who's to say? I love being right. This just in, major news bulletin. Major news bulletin. Ruba is self-admitted a member of the right. Ruba loves being on the right. Supporter of all right-leaning things. Ruba loves the right. Loves being right. Major news bulletin. Stop the presses. Huge development for the Ruba community. Nobody moved. Oh man. Alright. That. Oh, politics. I do need a stack of that. I can fix them. Hold on. You're getting fixed. L plus ratio, Ruba. L. Oh wait, no, I already had the. I already have the polished deep slate. Wait, no, I'm fine for that. All right. Mossy stone, bro. I need a bunch of moss. Wait, do I have a bunch of moss? Do I have a bunch of moss? I have a moss, and I can use that to make more moss. Wow. Wowie zowie. Wowie zowie. Great game. Good old Mario. Honest to God, Mario Wonderland, really fun game. I only played it for a little bit. I don't personally own it like a friend of mine does, but really fun, really enjoyable. Good on you, Nintendo. Good on you. I mean, you mess up a lot of other stuff, but with that, you did all right, kid. You did all right. I also quite enjoyed Princess Peach Showtime. I've not played that one. That was the standalone Princess Peach game. I feel like I heard good things. I feel like I know some people wanted it to be a bit longer, but otherwise we're like, no, but it was good. Like, I don't think I ever heard anybody be like, it was a bad game. Did you find that you wanted it to be longer, or that like were there any issues you had with it, or just an overall enjoyable experience? All right, so it's a good bit of moss. That's a good bit of moss. She's so slaying that. I can't wait to play it, but full price is ow. Yeah, but the tragedy there is that it's a Nintendo game, so the likelihood that it's ever not gonna be full price is pretty low. I'm pretty sure they still sell like the 3DS at full price. Like I'm pretty positive that it's like everything is always still full price with Nintendo. Like the Switch is still sold at full price despite being a console from like nearly a decade ago. Like 2 console generations ago. And they're just like, yeah, but what if we charged full price for it still? Then what? Then what happened? And you go, well, I mean, I guess people will have to pay that. And they're like, yeah, they will. You wanna play these silly little guys? You wanna play Link again? What if we put him in a little outfit? What if we put him in a little outfit? And then you're gonna get the game? Yeah, you're gonna get the game. You wanna see Link in a little outfit, don't you? Yeah, you wanna swap it out. You wanna wear a bunch of little outfits. Nintendo and their inability to lower the price of anything by even the smallest amount. It's like their business model, man. They're like, oh yeah, I know this I know this handheld device is entirely outclassed by everything else that currently is on the market. What full price? This game? Yeah, we made it 20 years ago. What full price? I bet you could still find like do you guys remember that like I think it was a tech demo for the Wii. It was like the Hyrule crossbow training thing. I'm pretty sure that is still sold at like a full price. I don't think it was any shorter than the average 2D Mario title. People need to manage their expectations better. Yeah, that's fair. I honest to God, I think that there's something to be said for shorter games. And by that I mean I genuinely mean like the idea that like there's a game that respects your time to be like, okay, you could bang this out in like a weekend. Like, here you go. You can absolutely get through this in about a weekend. Have fun. It's a solid like 6 to 12 hours. I think I don't know, man. I think like, cause otherwise you get these like bloat bloated experiences where it's like, as much as I love big open world games, I don't need every game to be a big open world game. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't mind levels. I love having levels and level design be like a thing. I know their inability to just give me black Joy-Cons with base Switch while we are airing grievances. Nintendo and their inability to let me play Twilight Princess on the Switch. Nintendo and their inability to fix the joystick drifting on any of their controllers ever. It was a fun little change of pace and refreshing take on how polished Nintendo can make a game when they focus on the little details rather than the big sweeping platformers. Like Showtime is a stunningly art-directed game. Oh, see, stuff like that's awesome, man. Let's see, how much moss did I need? How much moss? I needed 95 moss. I got 64 plus 25. 60, 70, 89. I need like a little bit more. Just like a little bit more. But don't get me wrong, I mean, I guess an argument can be made. I don't know if I fully agree with it. Like, I don't know. What do you guys think? Like the idea of like, should a game that is going to be shorter, given the standard, should of like games being hours upon hours of content, do you think that should make a game a lower price? I don't think it does. I can understand the argument for it, but I don't know. I feel like it's like, yeah, but if you're curating a gaming experience, like if I play a game that's 2 hours long but is like the most moving experience I've ever had, like it changes me as a person, then that kind of feels worth it. You know what I mean? Showtime was the first time I've been like, ooh, Mario game in ages, if not ever. But also the Mario DK puzzle game looks like a wondrous fun of anxiety for days. Oh man, see, I still really loved, I got that a lot with Mario Galaxy, and I still really adore Super Mario Galaxy. Some of the best games I've ever played have been short but sweet masterpieces. Exactly. Like, it's like, but I guess the question is, should that change in price point? I don't know. I don't think so. Like, off the top of my head, like I feel like I enjoy. I feel like if I have enough enjoyment out of it, then I should just be pretty okay with it. You know what I mean? The big factor is replayability. That's fair. I guess, like, for instance, like a game like Stray, I don't think has a whole lot of replayability. But that's one of those games where I go back and forth on. I'd have to rethink on it, because I remember I enjoyed Stray when I played it. We streamed it when it first came out, and I was really excited for the game. And I did enjoy it, but I think it fell flat ultimately for me. It has no replay value, and I think the cost should account for that. That's fair. I like have some integrity in knowing if you phoned it in or if your work is worth that when it's short. Yeah. Well, I guess there's also, well, I guess it's especially competitive market when you have so many like great indie games. You know what I mean? Like, you have so many indie games that are like, I don't know, anywhere from like $1 to $20, and they're like phenomenal, like life-changing experiences. I don't know, for two games of similar quality, I would expect the shorter one to be cheaper. Yeah, but I guess the question comes, like, I don't know, like what, where does that standard get drawn? You know what I mean? Because, like, I guess the comparison I could make it is like, if like let's say you're hiring like an artist to do something. You should almost never charge by the hour for an artist. You should always work out with them what they want as fair compensation, and just pay them it. Just pay them it, because if you force them onto an hourly rate, then that punishes them for achieving something quickly. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I could make a masterpiece, and I've trained for years and years and years. Like I could make, so like all my skill has led me to be able to make a masterpiece in like 5 minutes. But you know, if you're paying me by the hour, that disincentivizes me to work quickly and make something in 5 minutes. And similarly, I think in games, if it's like, okay, so we can't justify shorter games being a higher price, so I guess we'll just have to bloat them outwards. You know what I mean? Like I would fear that would become the standard, where it's like, oh well, we can't make short but sweet games, like short really intimate game can't be made because it's like, oh, we have to take a lower price point on it, even if it's like it took just as long to create it in some cases. But at the same time, I do see the argument for it, where it's like, okay, well, God of War is a beautiful masterpiece, and so is Red Dead, like Red Dead 2, and those are like hundreds upon hundreds of hour game. So how are those comparable to, like, I don't know, a game that I'm gonna finish in 12 hours? I don't know. It's a complicated question, I think. I don't think I agree with replayability because that feels so subjective. Somewhat. I mean, there are some standards for replayability. For instance, if you have choices to make, like if you make genuine pathing, so something that actually makes a difference, not just like you can pick A or B, but ultimately you'll always end up at the same end of the level. Then that puts value on replayability. That's like objective value. Like you could go through this and get a different ending to the game. So I think that level of replayability is objective rather than subjective. The Bayonetta and Devil May Cry games are pretty short, but they have countless hours of replay value because the gameplay loop is so addictive. And then there's games like that, or like Hades. Like that's another example where it's like, technically, I think Hades, if you like were able to speedrun it all the way through, you could probably beat it in like what, 4 hours? If even that. I don't even know if it would take that long to full run it. I think you would need to reset a few times to get a few certain items and unlocks, but I don't know if it's possible to cleanly beat Hades on like a first run. But I could be wrong. Like the quality for me is the thing, but quality doesn't mean price of game. Quality short game is worth the money. That little butterfly symbol in Life is Strange. Oh, does that like indicate when you've made a choice that changes things? That was one of the games that was showing off yesterday, right? That was like, oh yeah, Rami Malek was in it for whatever. Why was Rami Malek there? I heard his voice and I didn't want to say anything. I was like, no way, that's Rami Malek. And then he shows up and I was like, Rami Malek, what are you doing here? I think I would value the that higher because there's more writing work to be paid to the writers. But that's the problem, is there's a standard. Like that's the thing, is like, ultimately speaking, it can be said, I think, that a lot of games in general, for like what they are severely undervalued. But that doesn't mean that I think game companies should increase the price. But that is a current and ongoing for the past like half decade to a decade argument that goes on in the gaming world, where it's like, okay, well, $60 for a game that takes like 7 years to make and like is literally 1,000 hours of gameplay. You know, how's that fair that we only get paid $60 or whatever, is their belief. But at the same time, it's like, okay, but an Assassin's Creed game is bloated to no difference. I'm like, at least 300 of the hours are the cut animations of opening the chest you're kicking open to find, I don't know, the Animus piece number 3,000,000,002. You know what I mean? What was I gonna say? See, weirdly, path-making games are ones I feel the least incentivized to replay because I feel like I'm being disingenuous by picking options I wouldn't organically choose the way I did my first playthrough. Interesting. So I guess the question becomes if you're playing you or not in that, right? Like, for instance, like I've played Skyrim and replayed it several times because I'm truly trying to play a different character. Like, I'm like, okay, this is an orc and he's a bruiser, and he was he was out hunting when he got captured, and and he's gonna side with this side for this, he's gonna do that. I mean, mind you, I just never side with Stormcloaks because I hate the Stormcloaks, but so that just is always true. But that's because I think personally I think the objectively right choice is the Imperials in that versus the Stormcloaks. I think one is a clear better choice, but whatever. There's just way too much that goes into a game for one factor to be the deciding for price, I guess. That's fair. I mean, ultimately, it's what, like, will you bear? But it's like, it's an interesting question of, like, how pricing works versus how long a game is. Because you don't necessarily, like, I don't know if I could justify being like, here's, I don't know, like, $100 for your game, and it's only gonna last me an hour, you know what I mean? Even if it was, like, the best hour of my life. But at the same time, like, so much money goes into it that it's like, you're really not paying that much individually, given how much time, money, and effort was spent to make the thing happen. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you owe it to them to do that. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's a complicated question. Bro, Until Dawn has been out for too long for you to not know Rami Malek was in it. I don't know anything about the game. I'll be real, I've never seen it be played. What do you mean? Oh, I still haven't know Rami Malek was in. Why would I know that he was in it? Oh my god. Ruben's pathfinding take is kind of like the replay is for completionist vibe. I suppose, but is it though if you get like an entirely different story? Like if there's two stories that exist in a game, and depending on your path, you get two different games. Like, for instance, I disagree with the idea that the honor system in Red Dead gives you, I would say that is more completeness. I don't think that changes enough to be truly deemed two different playthroughs. You get some different dialogue here and there, and you get some different symbolism in different things, but ultimately, the game ends the same. But then you have other games where it's like, you will get a different ending. Like different people are alive or not even that. It's like different outcomes as in like, oh, you genuinely have something new happen. I think that's fair to call replayability. Me personally, at least. Yeah, we'll take it. There's my problem. I'm fundamentally not a completionist. But that's what I'm saying is like, for some games, I think it is a completionist factor. For other games, replayability is not based around completionist factor. You know what I mean? Like, I personally am not an achievement hunter. I know some people are, like MJ. MJ loves achievements, as far as I can tell. But me personally, I never really care if a game has achievements. That's never really something that I'm like, they should go, like, it happens and I go, oh, cool, sick. But like, I don't think I've ever once hunted for achievements in a game. I don't think I've ever 100% completed the game before. Like a genuine, like, unless it was like an easy one to complete. Like, I don't think I've ever 100%ed a game. I don't know. I think as you dev, you should make the price worth single player though, which is hard because more work. Baldur's Gate 3, more money, but I don't know. I guess it feels in-made DLC. What? I think developers should make the price worth a single playthrough, which is hard because more work, more money. But I don't know. I guess it feels in-made DLC. I don't know what you mean by in-made DLC. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Also, yeah, in Skyrim, they did not write the Stormcloaks in a way that is in any way nuanced once you develop any critical thought beyond, these guys look cool. Yeah, exactly. Like, I genuinely feel they did not offer an interesting enough secondary option to be, like, choosable. And the more that you look at it, the more you go, yeah, why would I ever choose to go with the Stormcloaks, is my opinion on it. Achievement is a buy-in factor. Yeah, fair. Hi, that's me. There's the game and there's the alternate game most buyers won't participate in. The only time I'll 100% a game if I really love it. So as you can imagine, I've 100% of both Gravity Rush games. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, see, that's the thing is like from a consumer perspective, that's a fair take of like the idea from, or I shouldn't even say a fair take. It's an understandable take from a consumer perspective of like, oh well, I think the value of a game should be based in one playthrough. But I don't know if that's a fair take. You know what I mean? It's understandable, like it's the consumer take. But from like let's say the developers as an artist, not as conglomerates. I'm not talking about like let's prop up EA. I'm talking about like, let's say you have an indie developer kind of thing, totally independent, who's like, yeah, but I had to like add a whole extra year of development to make that alternate playthrough. You know what I mean? It's like, okay. And so to say that you shouldn't be able to factor a whole nother year of work you put into the price feels kind of scummy on that level. You know what I mean? Features designed for replays or completionists feel like DLC you put in the game, not sold after, which is more money and content, but people didn't get to opt into that, so it makes the core game worth the price. One second, let me reread that. Features designed for replay or completionist feel like a DLC you put in the game, not sold after, which is more money and content, but people didn't get to opt into that, so make the core game worth the price. I'm very much saying that like all artists covered, but any decision made after those budgets, the core game should be worth it. I think I understand what you're saying. I mean, if you're saying that like the base playthrough should be worth the price of admission, yeah, to like an extent, like yeah, one playthrough should be at least somewhat worth it, but I don't think that you can say that it shouldn't be able to be priced on the fact that more content does exist. You know what I mean? It's like there's a lot of games that are, because you gotta really like where games come from based of like in their arcade origin. The idea of a game is that it has replay, like that you can play it more than once. The idea that you're only gonna play a game once or once through is pretty new in the life of video games. So it is in the origins of where like video game pricing kind of comes from. The idea that, you know, you're gonna always be kind of like going through it or whatever, but I don't know. It feels like a very new idea that you're going to be going through a whole bunch of different games. All right, let me go cook some kelp. I don't know, man. Games are... It's such a strange industry. It's kind of like movies. You know what I mean? It's kind of like in the same way where it's like movie tickets can feel really expensive. And they are in many cases. In many cases, movie tickets have become exceptionally expensive. Part of that is tied to the fact that movies cost a lot more to make. That doesn't necessarily justify it, but it's an interesting element. And it's interesting, I guess, I don't know. It is interesting to consider the idea where it's like, oh, I pay like $15 to go see something that costs $200 million to make. Which is interesting, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's justified. You know what I mean? It still has to be a good movie or you'll feel like you got ripped off. Unless it's like Transformers, in which case, boy howdy, I am just there to see Big Robot go boom. I ain't there to see a good movie. I'm there. I ain't there like, oh boy, I hope I get a really rich experience from this. I go, nope. Give me Optimus Prime, and I want him to just start absolutely throwing hands. I want him to come running in. Just let me at him. Let me at him. I don't know. Beyond paying the employees for their work, what even is a good way to measure the game? Like, if should solely be based upon the craft, not the product. Like, if the ingredients are expensive, but it's a snack, it might be more money than a cheaply made 3-course meal. Well, I mean, part of the expensive games is also that it can't just be about the amount of money to pay for the employees. And I don't say that as like, oh, well, you gotta get the share. I don't even mean shareholders. I mean, for a game studio to then make a subsequent game, they need that game to turn a profit. Because game studios' first games are usually make or break, because it's like, okay, I mortgaged my house and or whatever. It's like, oh, I'm an indie studio and I'm doing this on the side. I'm just trying to make this work. And that game has to be successful enough not only to have paid the salary of all the developers and marketing teams and all the like all the individuals that are involved in working on the thing and getting it out and shipped, right down to like the people working in like less and less now, but the people working in factories producing the discs. But it's also got to be enough money that you can then make another game, or else your studio just goes under. It's like, I didn't make enough to make a second or a new game. Also, yo, Edward, I'll do. As usual, can't talk really, but here spiritually with a burrito. Burrito boy. Pricing a game is inherently tricky. You can't tell how much value a person gets from the game in terms of playtime or emotional attachment or whatever. Equally, it's difficult to price based on people's work, because then logically you need to share profits accordingly. But who is the most important part of the developer team? The artists, the writers, the VAs, the programmers, the QA testers, the directors? It's a very murky topic, and you have to start the discussion. And you had to start the discussion when I was distracted. L. You can't possibly get distracted. You have to stay in the nap stream, or else you miss moments like discussing the ins and outs of the developer world. Oh man, how do I get on these topics, dude? I don't even know. This is an interesting topic to me, and it seems it's at least interesting to some people. But I hope it's not the most boring thing in the world to people. Yeah, but why not have a normal standard profit percentage based on your needs, not based on arbitrary game quality and length assessments? How so? I'm saying, like, those length assessments and stuff like that, that tends to be the pricing point engaged with by the consumer. If like a studio could put out an hour game and they'd be like, yep, full price, they'd do it. Most people just say, no, that's not long enough. Like, that's my point, is the market has become such that people say, I'm not buying that. That, like, full price for a 6-hour game? Pff, I'm not buying that. Because there's so many games that are, like, AAA quality, but are, like, 100 bajillion hours. So it's like, why am I paying the same price for a much smaller, more intimate game? So it's difficult to base that for the company. But they don't. That's not where their price point comes from. That's where consumer price points come from. It's a cool enough topic. I just, in a calm way, not say, enjoy your voice. Oh. Not stabbing. Thanks, I'm glad. Well, I'm glad to hear that. It's funny, actually. I've gotten that comment for some of the YouTube videos. I was like, oh man, that's so... It's not to make a whole thing of it, but it's yo Spitfire Rain, thanks so much for the follow. But it's something that growing up, I had many people tell me that I have an annoying voice, so it's very nice to have the opposite. To hear the opposite. Oh man. But anyway, but it's an arbitrary question, isn't it? What you'll buy, but what it should cost. I mean, yeah, I didn't say it wasn't an arbitrary question. I don't think we here are going to determine what the new age of pricing ought to be for video games. I'm just curious on the topic, you know what I mean? yeah, I forgot to mention, but Multiverse has officially re-released to mixed reception. Ooh, I still stand by it that I think Jason is a whack choice for that game, but whatever. To give you the too long didn't read pros, all the content you received during the beta period has been returned to you. Nice. If you were a beta player, you get the battle pass for free. Netcode has been rewritten, but the ground up, and the game runs like a dream online. Ooh. General feel of the game has improved as far as hits feel impactful. Oh, that's good. Cons: the game's speed has been slowed down to the point where 1v1s are sluggish, and some characters are heavily unbalanced because of it. Progression on the battle pass and resource earning for time played needs to be increased. You can't try out characters in practice mode because you buy them before you buy them. There is a monolithic amount of microtransactions, and some people are experiencing hefty bugs, though I myself have had none, so I can't speak to that. Yeah, that sounds like it's made by Warner Brothers, right? Like the studio, like their game studio is the one making it. I think so. In which case, they're David Zaslav, good old Zazzy. Hate that man. I hate that man with a burning passion. I think he's a cancer on Hollywood. But anyway, I'm not getting into it. I'll be here hours. But yeah, anyway, they're the ones who recently, and I'm talking about this not because I think the game was good. Actually, I never played it. I never bought it because personally I didn't want to financially support the individual who would benefit from it. But the Harry Potter game, which had a steep drop off in players because the single player game, fun fact, without a lot of replayability, I guess. Their quarterly meeting, Zaslav had asked that they instead work towards a sequel to that game that is full of microtransactions and battle passes and an online live service because that prints money, and that's where they're going with it. That's why they made Rocksteady, famous for making single player games, make a Suicide Squad game that was an always live service, and it failed, but they've learned nothing from that. I definitely did not fall asleep watching the Stitch one on loop in a hotel room. Oh, that's sweet though. That just means it's good content, I think. Unless it was just so boring you fell asleep, but I feel like that's not what you meant. No, but when I said my idea of cost, you brought up a consumer point of view, and I'm not thinking about consumers, I'm thinking about pricing. Yeah, but I was saying, like, your stance on pricing feels more like a consumer point of view on where pricing should stay. You know what I mean? Like, I'm saying, like, what you described as, like, what you think justifies how a price should be determined is a consumer point of view. Like, it is not from the point of view of a studio. That's not a negative. That's just, it's where you find the value in a game is different from where a studio argues where the value of a game is. You know what I mean? The one very big positive is in all of it though is that the devs are listening. Oh, that's big. And have promised that more pressing balance issues trying to character and free practice and some UI improvements with all implementation by the next patch. Big if true. Big if true. I'm gonna go for a bit because headache. So I may be back. Sure thing, Pat. Have a good weekend, dude. Like they really seem to care about wanting to get the right and make the game work this time. Yeah, well, like I said, I think the Multiverse development team was probably never the problem, and I'm not saying that you were saying they were. I imagine the dev team of that was never the problem. I imagine it was some executive who was like, man, let's re-release it again. We didn't get the right optics of the the first few times, and they've just everything went on fire for it afterwards. And they're like, nobody's pre-ordering or downloading. Like, so they were like, okay, fine, we'll give them back their stuff, and they'll do this, and we'll do that. Like, so it kind of feels like they were trying to put out a fire. You know what I mean? So cozy. It was so cozy that I couldn't sleep. Instead of letting the video when I was EP finally hit the loop button so it would keep going, it drifted in and out, and I could have it there. Yo, yeah, I feel like a lot that's tended to become my style with video essays versus what streaming is, where I'm a lot more, for lack of a better word, bombastic. But streaming, I feel, but the video essays, I do feel like I've leaned more towards And I think maybe that's because one of the big influences on me is a creator by the name of Breadsword, where like I do get this feeling that like I prefer to make a video essay that is more common and like, I don't know, yeah, for lack of a better word, like in that sort of like chill vibe, rather than I don't know, like a Ted Nivison style, which I quite like. I just don't know if I'm capable of emulating in the same way that I'd like to. You know what I mean? Nightmare Before, let's go! Someone likes the Nightmare Before Christmas video. Let's go! Oh man. Oh, I love putting that video together. I really did. That was, I don't know. I feel like it's a strange thing. For those that don't know, I'm a bit of a total sap at times. Don't tell anybody, please. But I feel like every time I make one of those videos, I fall in love with whatever the topic is. I really do. It's the only way that I ever get through any of them. It's kind of why they only come out once every 2 months. I find things and then I just fall in love with them in just every aspect, because it's just so much to find in a movie, I think, to be like, I don't know, enthralled with and infatuated with. I don't know if that makes sense, because I mean, like, obviously, like, they're movies. It's not like a romantic love, but it's like, I don't know. I just really get I get big feelings about them, I guess is the best way to describe them. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. I haven't got to that one yet. I started it, but I was on a call. I said to watch later. I'm so excited. Yo! If you do, let me know what you think. Oh man. Same with the sound design in Minecraft. I'm quite proud of the sound design in Minecraft one too. It's interesting because I've watched through them again recently, and I'm like, oh, okay, I have improved in how I make these. Okay, that's cool. Which is just fun to see, because it's like when it's happening and when you're doing it, I don't know if I recognize that it's like, oh, I've learned how to edit this slightly better and how to like make things work a little cleaner and the like. But it's like, oh, the quality has somewhat gone up. Cool. I need a job. Or do you need a Job? Get it? Like the guy from the Bible? I'm sorry, it was a stupid joke. Break over. Talk to y'all later. Play some late night Baldur's Gate 3, so I'll definitely be talking to Mr. Bombastic, Mr. Fantastic. Later, Edward. I hope the burrito was good, King. I hope you have a good rest of your shift. It's maybe my favorite nap trait. What, my sappiness and my ease of falling in love? I don't think it's never really been a great resource to me, but I'm glad that it plays well in a video. Oh man, I don't know. It's probably not a good thing. I feel like I don't think a 2-week period has gone by where I haven't fallen in love in some capacity. I don't know, man. Life's just kind of great, you know? And I don't even necessarily mean people, though. That happens way too often, too. Oh God. But been home 20 minutes and I'm already literally with my friends. I need to go do something mindless and boring with my brain. Can't spiral for 3 months. I'm not going to delete it, man. If I have something to play it with. You can play Fortnite with oh, that wasn't about me. You know, MJ, Baldur's Gate 3. Become Boulder Brained. I believe in you. Be just so Boulder Brained. Such a good game. And this one. I think the hope will be I will have enough copper to finish off the outline of this. And I think I'm quite close to that. I think all of this copper, and I'll finish this oxidizing, and I'll be able to. I'll probably try to AFK a bit off stream to just finish up this oxidization, and then I think it's pretty smooth sailing from there. Because then once it's all filled with glass, it's just about filling the interior with there's detailing obviously that needs to be done on the outside, more like that. I need to get some fence posts as well. Also, I'll need to do some warped wood gathering. Once that's complete, buddy boy, we'll be in business. Not read my message. Oh, I'm sorry. I do enjoy your delivery style, but I think it'd be cool if you tried your hand at a more comedic style just to see what that would be like. Yeah, and see, that's I feel like the not even necessarily the Minecraft both the Minecraft ones, I guess, like both the Minecraft Legends video essay and the sound design in Minecraft, I feel were the two that I had the most more comedic bits in. There's one of my favorite, which is still the one, just because I I think I like it so much because I just have this the guff I got about it from MJ. Not in a negative way, the slightest. Literally, I think it was just MJ being like, "Oh my god," because there's a bit in it where I just make a mob reference, where it's a hard because I do a hard cut to like footage from the 1920s and like vague Italian music comes in and I go, no, not those guys, no, different guy. Or there's like I think the Minecraft Legends video essay goes a bit more comedic because it's less about, I don't know, it's not really the art. I mean, I guess I do comment on the industry of gaming, but it's more lighthearted in nature. But I don't know. I think I do want to try more comedic like just because I have fun doing that. But it's because most of my video essays are just like how I write essays already, if that makes sense. Like a lot, I mean, obviously with a bit less academic verbiage, but a lot of it's kind of just how I write papers, and that's why I feel like I'm able to do it in the way that I do. But I don't know. I'm glad that it sounds like that they'd be interested in that though, because that's kind of one of the other things that has kept me from doing it. I'm like, oh, if people watch this for the, I don't know, the introspection kind of thing, then I don't know if people are gonna want an attempt at comedy. But oh well, I do them for fun, so who knows what we'll get next. I have two that are not super comedic that I could be doing next, that I'm picking away at, but I don't know. One of them so heavy. Not heavy in like an emotional. It's just like it's such it might be probably one of the longest ones I've ever written in the way that I'm like, I should probably cut this down. I haven't touched Baldur's Gate 3 since like January. I'm so out of the loop on it. And I need to set up my desktop. Set it up, start a new run. Start over. Start over, King. Start over, new run, new character. It's time. Oh, you can do VR if you're in the location that you have your VR, which I don't know if you are or aren't. You don't have to say, but I know that you usually don't have it with you at school. Oh man. All right, so we got like stack and a half there. I think you aren't flexing your comedic muscles the way you could be, and you owe it to yourself to give it a try, regardless of if you think there's interest. That's fair comment. That's very fair. It's one of those things where it's like, I know that I find me funny, which is not like not in a self-congratulatory way. It's like, I know that I find me funny, because I like making myself laugh. I like that's half of this whole streaming thing is just me doing stupid bits for me. You think it's for you? No. This is all for me, baby. But I don't know. It's comedic writing's just while it is out of my comfort zone in the sense that it's like, it's definitely not something that I've got a lot of background in. It's something I think I really do want to try. And maybe it will be my next video. Maybe it'll be Hot Girl Summer, and I'll put out just a banger. I'd half a mind to write I had half a mind to do, and I don't think I'll do this idea anymore. When I first saw Barbenheimer like a year ago, I had half a mind to do a whole video essay on it, in the idea of like, I think they're the same movie. I can go into detail on that at another time. It's too much detail for right this second. But I truly do think they're the same story, and that story is that you can't, like, how things change when you can't put things back in the bottle. It's all about Prometheus and the myth of Prometheus, the idea of bringing the flame to humanity, and then you can never take that back. You can't take it back, so what do you do now? Everything's changed. She went flat footage, saw this, like, all this other stuff. Like, everything's changed for Barbie. Barbie will never be the same, but that doesn't make it bad. You know what I mean? In her world, in her universe. And I think the same idea is explored in Oppenheimer. I mean, it's more heavy-handedly explored in Oppenheimer, but I think it's true in both. I think both explore a similar theme in a way that's very interesting, that they were then put together as Barbenheimer. But that's just me. That's just me. I think it's really neat. Do you, and let people come and go, whatever. Yeah, well, that's kind of what I'm currently at. It's the same way that, like, it's like, I didn't want to try to continue to do exactly as I did with Mr. Fox, which was the video that obviously did the absolute best. But it's like, I've specifically not tried to do things where it's like there's been movies where I'm like, oh, I could probably do that. That would probably be good click-through rate. I had no belief that the Rotosical would get me any click-through rate, would get me anything like that. It's still doing great. Like, it's over 1,000 views, which is huge. I'm not like a big creator or even a small creator, really. So it's like, not doing that much. That's huge. It's still above my average for the channel. And so it's this thing where I'm like, nice. And I did it because I was like, I think it's an interesting topic. And I think I always want to keep doing stuff like that. You know what I mean? Nap is making confirmation bias into an essay. Ain't that what I'm always doing? Ain't that? But anyway, chatters, I'm gonna call it here because I gotta end stream weirdly again because Streamlabs crashed forever ago, like 40 minutes ago, and so it's just gonna end pretty abruptly. But I do hope y'all have a great rest of your week. Hope it's good. Hope you have a good weekend. I'll see you Monday. Bye, chat. Bye. Bye, chat. Bye. Bye, chat.